trouble. Watch out. Watch you wicked them all. Say the wicked them all. And come down. Hey, watch you wicked them all. Say the wicked them all. When goes down. Say how we are gonna do it. Boy, ready? Ready? Boy, me say how we are gonna do it. Yes, boy, sit down there. Just catch it on the balance wheel. 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 Jesus, are you balance? Boy, trouble. Watch out. Watch you wicked them all. Say the wicked them all. And come down. Hey, watch you wicked them all. Say the wicked them all. When goes down. Get it? Talk to me. Me say how we are gonna do it. Boy, ready? Ready? Boy, me say how we are gonna do it. Yes, we go down. Boy, sit down there. Just catch it on the balance wheel. 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 Jesus, are you balance?
All right. Pleasant morning, afternoon, and good night, wherever you are in your neck of hoods. All right. I presume that today's live is going to be again, right, riveting entertaining, and of course educational. Let me just begin with someone who called on the line, and let me just have this person speak, and then we start the program. Yes, Carla. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Sensation. What I'm saying.
Yes.
Do you saw the clipping with the Prime Minister and the nurse?
Yes, I have that.
I tell you something. Missy. Me say you used to have a lady before her by the name of Edith Harwood Anderson.
Yes.
From she passed off, she is the only one I see talk tough government minister, including Prime Minister.
Exactly.
Well, this, yes, Mr. I tell you something, Missy. If I know where that lady is, I would give her a big hug. Yes, man. Yes, man. I love you how she talking on Missy.
All right.
Love you how she talk, man. She made the Prime Minister couldn't come out with no more lie.
Exactly.
Yes, she's there to stop him in his track.
Yes.
Yes. I like it that way.
Yes.
I like it that way.
Yes, she was very blunt.
Man.
She was very blunt and plain. Right?
Exactly.
No anky-panky, no spinning.
Exactly.
Speak the truth. Cause it what it will. Who right hide the wrong they do will continue to do the wrong thing still. And she stopped him in his track. All right, Michael.
Yes.
So big up yourself. All right. I'm going to start the program now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir. Take care.
Blessings, my brother.
Yes. Yes.
All right. All right. Okay. So that was, one of our ardent listener, right? So I have to give him, right, his say, right, and which is 100% right. So as usual, how we normally begin our program in terms of course, appreciate all the people in our chat because they are the ones who continue to energize us, engage, right, in a very positive way. And so then, of course, we have to respect them. They always, right, be, right, my ardent listeners. So let us begin with the chat. Of course, we have Dorothy McCoy 1357. Bless up yourself, Dorothy. And we have none other than Uriah Walker. Big up yourself, my brother. Carla Banks, and we have Richard Reed 4665 and Beverly 975. These are persons who don't leave Mystic Sensation alone. Trust me, ardent soldiers, loyal soldiers, love them bad. Jacet Williams, Anne-Marie McDonald, you name it. Roy AIM, right? Del Raymond, Veronica Shaw, ardent listener. Joan Bailey, right? Falmouth girl, big up yourself, Falmouth girl. I don't know. Whenever Falmouth girl, Mr. Falmouth girl, live chatting now, it just brings some revival. All right, Karine, I don't want to spoil anyone's name. Karine Arancevia, right? Lyndon Green, Joan Allen, Levan Miles, Rachin Taylor, Daniel and Clarky. Love Clarky, right? Love Clarky bad. Lorraine Taylor, right? Ilian Turner. Yes, love these people bad in the man. All right. Dovan Leng. All right. Bless myself. Morel King. Big up yourself, Morel King. And people as it relates to Falmouth Girl and Morel King, you see, they are in green, right? They are in the club. Please, come on, Jan. We are accepting more people to come in the club. Millicent 1647, Andrea Burke, right? Let me say it. Today is going to be another sensational day. And remember, yesterday we said we left the best for last. And Unique Ray, big up Unique Ray. Never see Mystic Sensation live and you don't see Unique Ray. No. If you see Mystic Sensation live and you don't see Unique Ray, then something is wrong. Now, let me say this, right? We had exposed the government as it relates to Pegasus, and we want for people, right, to take it serious, very, very serious, because the Pegasus is very, very serious. We shape down and define the capability of the Pegasus. We go to the persons who build Pegasus from scratch and the motive of Pegasus, right, as it relates to so many damage, right, that Amnesty International is now speaking out, right, against the Pegasus. We know that Andrew has spent billions of dollars of taxpayers' dollars, right, to ensure one thing for the Pegasus to secure him in power. But let me say this, Jamaica, I have news for Andrew Holness, right, because we are not going to stop. And let me tell you this, I swear to my people, right, I swear to my people, because I love my people. And we are not going to be in the space, right, and allow Andrew Holness to get away with all what he had done, the suffering, the prolonged suffering, right, the vengeance that he's executing, right. Our time will come, and let me tell you something, it's short, very short, around the corner. So we know what we know, and let me say this, there's no one out there that can save Andrew Holness from the judgment to come, and that is the honest truth, right? The criminal justice system, right, as it relates to a portion of the criminal justice system that would like to protect him, they know that they can't protect him. They know that they can't protect him. So all the delaying tactics and the judicial review and the fight and the rigmarole and, you know, oh, the Integrity Commission investigators, they out to get me. Okay, they are partisan. They are so. Come on, stop it. Cut the bull crap. Cut the bull crap. The Integrity Commission investigators did not inveigle you understand, to do what you have done. It is you who decided that you are going to become a criminal, not the Integrity Commission investigators. Right? They have nothing to do with that. You understand? You have done what you have done, and they are investigating, and that's it. Now, let us begin our program, right? And we want to send a message, and the particular message that we want to send, right, is to say to our comrade leader that, of course, we care for our comrade leader because our comrade leader care for us. The simple message that we are sending this morning, right? That we are fully right in support of our comrade leader, right? We are 100% pressing the gas. We are not looking back, right? Mark Golding, right? And that's where the buck stops, right? Simple, plain and simple, right? So let us begin in terms of to tell Jamaican people and remind Jamaican people something what Mark Golding is fighting for. Our comrade leader is fighting for justice, is fighting to stamp out corruption, and is fighting for good governance. We are not to forget that. We are not to forget that. Not to forget that. And I want to remind people, in terms of the message, I want to remind people that unity is strength. And the stronger we are when we are united. When we are united, right, we are a force to reckon with. And regardless, you know, of the cut and thrust of the politics, right, I am guaranteed that we are going to have a Mark Golding as Prime Minister for Jamaica, and where the choke hole around the Jamaican's neck will finally be released, right? Mark Jefferson Golding is going to do that for us, and we guarantee, right, that he's going to be successful. His policies are enriching, and so, right, those are the policies that is going to lift us up, right, out of poverty and put us in progress. With the Andrew Holness-led government, you have seen that the middle class has been totally erased. And the middle class is the backbone of any economy. And when you have the middle class so erased, then we are spelled for trouble. So let us just tune in and be mindful of why we are supporting Mark Golding and why we are galvanizing around Mark Golding, and why, right, under no circumstances right, we are going to depart from Mark Golding's legacy of truthfulness, true value. So let me remind you, Jamaica, this is why we are voting, supporting, galvanizing around our comrade leader. This is the reason. Listen up here.
They know about you is that you have 28 bank accounts, that you received several $1 million in cash deposits from anonymous donors in your bank account, that your companies had transactions of over $400 million, several thousand transactions between them, and that Positive Jamaica Foundation, a non-profit which you are intimately connected with, provided resources which you use for personal investments through your personal company. We have signed the Leadership Code of Conduct developed by Integrity Commission. All of our spokespersons and myself have signed. None of your people have signed it. I am committed to ensuring that all members of the executive, when we form government, will have their Integrity Commission declarations published, not just the leader of the opposition and what should happen, but hasn't happened in your case because you're not certified, the Prime Minister. So the whole question that has been asked is an excellent question. And we really need to step up our vigilance against corrupt behavior, nepotism, and cronyism. The volume of scandals under this Jamaica Labour Party government is unprecedented. Over the number of ministers who have had to be removed from frontline duty, many of them parked in the naughty corner in OPM rather than being sacked. It is a disgrace to the country, and your personal situation where you're operating under a deep cloud because your Integrity Commission declarations are not certified also is something which Jamaica cannot go forward with.
All right, and here we go. So let us put this out there, right? And give it life. And, you know, Jamaica, Mark Golding did not mince his words. Mark Golding is telling him that when I'm the Prime Minister, you'll be paying for all these atrocities that you have done. Plain and simple. This is the reasons why. These are the reasons why we are supporting Mark Golding. One, his level of honesty, integrity, right, and is setting, right, such an example in leadership. What he had done, signed the code of conduct. Remember, persons who are honest, right, they, of course, opt to sign the code of conduct. Persons who are dishonest, they opted not to sign the code of conduct. So there it is, right, for you to absorb all of this, to understand the reason why we say 100% Mark Golding, not looking back, not looking sideways. All we are looking in front of us, right, in terms of that. Let me just take this first call because remember, you know, we are solo and we are going to be very active. So this is, as a matter of fact, to the Friday is for callers too, right? So callers can call and engage. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead.
I want me to say the first thing I said with the PMP. On the PMP, they have a sentence I said, teamwork where the team work. Right? The PMP all need to combine together and come as one and unite as one. You see what the other is the wrong thing, man. And the next product I'm down to what I face myself to. They need to focus on the issue of and me, you know, the reason I say this. You see what happened in the country, those things that happen in the country, right? Those things is what they should focus on. And focus on the people in general and focus on the country in general. Those things they focus on. And stop the narrative of this board, but I go one side and stupid thing as a negative thing. The end of the day, that's not going to benefit them and benefit the PMP and benefit the people in general. At the end of the day, if you look on it, for the Prime Minister side, they might do a lot of things on the right. And we, as a people, are seeing exactly so they know how the country goes. So what we said before, the PMP need to come with a teamwork. At all times, they report on the negative thing, what they might do. I see what happened, but remember the opposition. So when they discuss about the thing, when you say they must show more interest against the
the people in general and I focus on the country. We don't want 2 or 3 small they want to start negative like they want to go. Because I remember, you know, this man you know, this man Andrew saying before you go, you know, imagine go up and paint what I'm going to do and why not go do in our opposition. You observe him going, it's most stupid thing, you know. Just most silly thing, you know, since he's going. You understand me? So when nobody force themselves in that thing, wait till the right time come. Mark Bolin as the opposition, so when I do work with the man. And if you do something right as an example, look go have a group talk and talk together and say, all right, let me try, we can fix it. Because one man can't work the client work. It's a teamwork, make things work. So at the end of the day, as I said before, brother, they need to come as one and unite as one and stop going on the stupid thing and I say negative thing. And then that's not going to help the country and then not going to help them. You know what I mean? As me always the world, they always want to say better ways in my country, the people in general. Because when they come down to something that's wrong, the end of the day, you don't hurt them.
Yes.
And then when the time comes, then get to them paycheck and people that suffer. And other people that are working up.
Exactly.
So I don't know the first set that comes from another brother.
Yes.
They know the first set that comes from myself and my family, you know. And every month they get taxpayer money, you know.
All right. Could I say something to you? Carla, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I love how you started this morning. Honestly, I love how you started this morning. And let me straighten what you are saying. Any challenge, right? Any potential challenge, right? To Mark Golding leadership in 2027. The message in terms of what that will be sending is to say that, okay, there is something wrong with the leadership quality. I don't care how people want to spin it. I don't care how some people want to try to talk about the right of democracy and you know, the right to be this and the right to be that. Yes, all of that. We understand that there is a healthy process that if you want to challenge, yes, you can challenge. We are not denying that there's an healthy process. But again, you have to understand, you being an educator, right? You have to understand the message that you are sending. The message that you will be sending is that something wrong with the party leadership, and so then you choose, right, to challenge that. And to me, I can't sit and agree with that. So Carla, I have to agree with you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, man. I mean, I said, like example, I just said before, no one has to betterment for my country. I mean, think about it. This
Yes.
man not only country good, brother. And the man put how much percent back for them, how much thousand back for them, dear brother. And Jamaica now grow.
All right.
Brother, send the day, brother. The man who going to rock the riches every day, Jamaica don't want to grow, not more. You can't write for the man going, none of it not rise.
Exactly. All right, Carla. All right, hold on, Carla, because a lot of people are calling in, and we just want to give them a chance to communicate. All right, blessing. So, Sister Winnie, me see your call. So let me just take the call here, and Sister Winnie, right? I saw you calling, but okay, let me just take this call. Yes, Carla, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mystic.
Good afternoon, my lady.
You know, this is something that I find a little bit disconcerting.
Yes.
Why are we having this conversation?
Sister, I do agree with you because we shouldn't be having this conversation. So let me agree with you wholeheartedly.
Recession on the table, TCN on the table, depleted, diluted education. I see investigation and recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, decision on the Buchanan case.
Paul Buchanan case, yes. That is the 27th. Eh?
There's so much
Yes.
more important things to talk about that our Jamaican people,
Yes.
locally and internationally, is so concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
Because it affects every fireside. internationally and locally, because me personally, when me make me dinner, and me know say my people down a yard under tarpaulin are who no work. Me understand hardship. Me remember when my mother 1 week before we eat curry goat. You know me goat head and belly curry for Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And soursop juice, carrot juice, and rice and peas and vegetable.
Well, sister, you make me mouth to run water right now.
Me a drink, you know, milk powder tea.
Mm-hmm.
With crackers.
Yes, my sister.
So, me not understand why we have this conversation about Mark Golding's leadership and Naomi and Crawford bidding for leadership and democratic and party rules and all that.
Yes.
Understand.
Yes.
Because nationwide, through the spanner, asked a question there, and it's like everybody harms up and run up and down, like we not have something more important than what Tiffy's come out with.
Yes.
I'm not saying everybody have a right to express themselves, you know, but Mystic, don't you think there are priorities in life that we should be more mindful of?
Of course, you're 100% correct, my sister, because we have all topical issues, and you had spoken about them. We have the TCN, right? We have the Andrew Statutory Declaration cannot be certified. We have two executive members of the Jamaica Labour Party right now awaiting judicial review. We have the NARA. You understand? We have I mean, the all stuff corruption.
Priority,
but
Mystic, priority that is
yes.
in the people, our people, we self,
Yes.
citizens. A lot of the people find the minor child where get ready to go to school, pass the exam, and all that booklist, everything, they go pick up them package, and no money, you know, the day.
Yes.
To make uniform, to buy school shoes, everything. We who used to send little money to go help, it is minimal. You know that is dropped drastically.
Yes.
Those who work in the tourism no work because some hotel not open. We know them there's something there which is, I say,
yes,
my PNP party must be focused on. That's what you are voted in to do, to deal with these issues that impacting our citizens in Jamaica.
Yes.
We start the march across road 2 weeks ago, I think, and it's impactful. We now hear more about this TC and that even 2 send kids, and then they run, go down, they go tell themselves they don't want to come home. Who no want to go their yard?
Well, sister, may have some information for given on later, you know. May have some serious situation to give on later.
So Mystic. Mystic. I didn't watch Perspective yesterday, although I'm subscribed to that, because I didn't have any inclination. My spirit didn't move me to go hear about Damien Crawford. Damien Crawford, I've watched in Parliament at one point, he had a thing in there, and I said, evil to him green. And then I say, I laugh up and I say, if you come over here, you know, we not play them the game, they can't play for them game, because then things that them have our head.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, man, GLP not have we head.
Yes.
Have them the game then.
Exactly,
and
exactly.
My people need to stop playing them the game there. Beat the drum of demolition.
Yes.
And this GLP wickedness happen and visit it upon our people.
All right.
We need to stop giving fuel to this rumor and this.
Agreed. Agreed.
Behave yourself.
Agreed.
Do not be misled.
Agreed.
Because when people use your name and your reputation like this, remember you've been in the fight for how long? Do not lose courage. That is what we need to encourage him. Because remember, may have son older than or as old as Damien Crawford, and you probably have children as older or younger or whatever than Damien Crawford.
Yes.
We need to be parents and act as elders, which is meaningful to teach and to encourage and to reprimand in a constructive way.
All right. Sister, let me just give you a minute. Hold on, sister. All right, hold on, my sister. Hold on, my sister. All right.
Reality show business.
Yes.
We are focused.
Hold on, my sister.
Impacting. We are for truth. And we are here to lead our people back to who we are.
Yes.
Before God and
all mankind.
We pledge the love and loyalty of our heart, the wisdom and knowledge of our mind, the strength and vigor of our body in the service of our fellow citizens.
Well said. Well said.
Good Friday and a
well
weekend.
said. Love you, my
Blessings
sister.
to all, and let us speak truth to power and be safe from this thing. All right, I'm back to class.
Love you, my sister. Love you. Walk good. All right. Sister Winnie, I see you calling. You understand? But I'm going to get to you, Sister Winnie. Don't worry yourself. Let me have Sister Daisy speak to us on the issue, because this issue becomes a burning issue, and you know I have to give persons the opportunity to speak. So, Sister Daisy, speak to us.
I am Team Damien Crawford, period. The People's National Party Constitution allows for Damien Crawford, if he so desires, to run for any office in the People's National Party, providing there's a vacancy. This is July 17, 2026. There can be no leadership challenge. All right?
Yes.
2027. Andrew Wheatley has been recommended for charges by the Integrity Commission for illicit enrichment. Andrew Honis is yet to be certified. The government is planning on taking 10,000 pedophiles, rapists into the country. All right? 5% of Jamaica's GDP is lost to corruption. The government collected $22 billion less in revenue. Okay? The hospitals are still broken. 30,000 students sat the exam, only 6,000 passed with subjects 3 and above. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
And here we are talking about PNP politics when the government is destroying the country.
Yes.
The country is on fire, and people are wringing their hands, wondering whether or not they must call the fire truck. Damien Crawford has every right to do whatever he wants when the time comes. And Damien Crawford decides that he's going to challenge Mark Golding. It is time enough then to say to Damien, stand down. There's no vacancy. There's no need for leadership challenge. Follow what I'm saying? That time is not now. Do you know what time we're in right now? Accountability. Holding the government accountable. The People's National Party is not in government. They are the opposition. And people are behaving as though Damien Crawford is the one who has been recommended for charges by the IC for illicit enrichment. So I am going to be Team Damien Crawford.
All right.
We need to get real. We need to get real. We cannot allow ourselves to be part of the propaganda machinery. And people who want to go into the parliament and is disrespecting Damien Crawford and disrespecting Dwayne Vaz need to understand that Dwayne Vaz and Damien Crawford does have a say in whether or not. You understand what I'm saying? Baron, if I have an issue with you, I'm not going to go on social media and curse you out. I'm not. I'm going to talk with you. And I have been in the People's National Party at many levels. I was there when Michael Manley retired in 1992. The party was not handed to PJ Patterson. There was an election. Nobody challenged Michael Manley to any leadership position when Michael Manley was the leader. You understand me? When it was PJ there was an election for leader. It was PJ Portia. I was in Portia camp. PJ won. Story done. The party unite because the party is bigger than one person.
Yes.
When PJ retired, Portia it wasn't just running to Portia. There was an election. Portia won. Okay, the party reunite and coalesced around Portia because the party is bigger than one person. When Portia left, there was another election. Mark Golding won. The party coalesced around Mark Golding because there's one. The party is bigger than one person. What the freaking Finelli people creating mountains out of molehills, missing the forest for the trees, majoring in the minor issues, talking about Damian Crawford and leadership challenge when the schools don't have no roof, people still sleeping under tarpaulin. Are we really serious? And we wonder why the country is the way it is. The government is sitting down right on what to let them eat them one another. Are we serious, Byron?
Yes, we need to focus on the topical issues. We definitely need to focus on the topical issues.
Part of any platform that is going to be talking about PNP leadership race when there's no such thing, Byron.
Yes.
There's no such thing.
So
there's a problem that Damian have with anybody in the PNP. Damian have Mark Golding number. Mark Golding have Damian number. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes, so they can have that internal dialogue. They can have that internal dialogue.
People who are talking about and Mark Golding reach out to them. The People's National Party has an apparatus.
All right.
It is over 85 years old. We need to get our heads out of the sand. We are not ostrich. Come on.
All right.
And I am going to be Team Crawford with this nonsense because he has a right to. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Bless you, my brother.
All right. Well said. Well said, Sister Maria. Cool. All right. Okay. Let me just but the calls are coming in. So many people want to have a say, so let me just give them that opportunity because today is that sort of day. Yes, Carla, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead. And Sister Winnie, yes, remember Sister Winnie. If anything, I'm going to have to call about Sister Winnie. I don't want to leave you alone. All right. Yes, go ahead, Carla.
Yeah, good afternoon, Uncle Byron.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Yeah, I am with what Sister Maria said previously, but we have to also remember, we have to be mindful and we have to be careful of the environment.
Yes.
Because we all saw what happened on the 3rd of September, which we all know what happened in terms of
the general election.
The election.
Yes.
And at that point, it was a united PNP.
Yes.
So if we are dividing among ourselves, how is it that we are going to be able to defeat this organization? Are we basically defeat ourselves? We're basically defeating ourselves because remember when Mark Golding come in as the party leader, the party was in disarray. Mark Golding came and he get back the party united and get back the party functioning. This is not what we need now. This is not what we need now.
Yes, God.
Now is the time to focus and stay focused and pull together as a unit, as the People's National Party, not as Team Golding, not as a Team Crawford. We need to pull together as the People's National Party, fighting for the rights of Jamaican, defending the rights of Jamaican.
Yes.
We don't need this now.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
well said. Well said, my brother. All right. Okay. All right. Let me this phone is giving me some problem now. I can't deal with this phone now. My goodness. Hold on, because people are calling and it seemed okay. Let me just Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead.
Mystic, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Lady and Marie, everybody illuminous, them and you alone today.
Yes.
I will say something to you. I can ask you some pertinent question.
Yeah, man, you can ask me, you know, the questions that you want to ask.
All right, that's a question.
Yes.
I want to get the source of this challenge from. Where it come from?
Look, all right. The fact of the matter as it relates to this sort of situation, and that is one of the reasons why I don't see the reason why people continue to listen to NNN or whatever NNN has to say and so forth. We need to stay on the topical issues. I'm glad all callers called before, including Maria, said focus on topical issues. We have so many issues. We have the TCN issues to be discussed. We have Andrew Owner's statutory declaration cannot be certified. We need to stay on the course. Honestly, I want to come off of the Damian Crawford situation.
May I interject?
Yes.
I'm going to say something to you. We're up on the next program with Portland Spice TV, and we decide so we not discuss the matter.
Yes.
The matter is not up for discussion.
Exactly.
Because and next year, September, before we have any challenge again. So we, all of a sudden, we just get July now, middle of July. We are September. And now we are September 27. So this becoming a focus. This is you, we are knowing some Rattigan, Andres, everybody could just not entertain it.
Yes, I agree. Carla, let me say this. Carla, let me say this. Carla. No, Carla. Carla, hear me. You are 100% right. Me want dismiss, you understand, the Damian Crawford argument here. Me no want the, look here. But hold on the Carla. Let me say what you say. You understand? I want to dismiss people, please, honestly to God. I want to dismiss this deal. We have so many issues, right, that we can address. We have the TCN issues. We have certain things which I'm more digging at the TCN for telling you today. We have Andrew Owner's statutory declaration cannot be certified. We have all sorts of shenanigans going on with Andrew Owner's. Why we caught up in this? Why we, you know, it's a distraction. It is distraction. I don't want to discuss this. Yes.
And the people have no shelter 2-day rain. And then no shelter we can talk about challenge we are 2027.
We can't caught up with the situation here. You understand? People, all right, let me say this. Yes.
A man never come to you yet and say, why, Mystic? Me say they must say, them say you say. You ever hear that term yet?
Yeah, me don't want, you know, passa that.
I personally say it, I source now. Why, Mystic? Me, they must say you say, you know. Them not hear nothing now. Bring up something here. I see anything now. Them bring up now. Boy, give man a challenge and nothing of us.
All right.
And they might bring it up to distract us.
But
hear me now. Not tell us run your program. Melting pot. Me not tell him neither. Andre Stevens. Me not tell ruin some nobody for the program. But brethren, me just have said something to you. As a training Michael Manleman, ban them time they vote, them time with Michael. Me not see how we are entertain them thing. This them one put it about.
Me agree with you.
We shot for over $20 billion in a tax.
All right.
The country now run good.
Okay. So you know what we want to talk about now, but again, Mikala, you are going on. More dismiss the Damian Crawford situation here. You understand? Because the more we spend some time, because watch out, me already spend roughly about more than 20 minutes. You understand? Back down with this. Me don't want to deal with this. You understand me? I say, we want to deal with the topical issues them, and them we want to deal with. Me and leave Damian Crawford argument alone. So my brother.
Me hear you say, well, you research something, I can't hear you say some things.
Exactly. So Carla, bless up yourself. All right, my brother. If you can't link, we can link up, the man. All right, let's see that, my brother.
next week I'm come down to Toronto for the Canada Day.
Aye.
You know?
All right. That's not my boss. Blessings. All right. Let me oh Jesus, Miss Winnie. Miss just see your call and you cut off. I can't. The phone is something else. You understand? It is not like my phone, which I can go in. That's why I'm not dealing with them full phone. Man. Sure. I can't even see the persons on what they call me. If you accept the phone, yeah. What the box side is? Carla, just hold on there. Let me just get the just give me a minute, Carla. Just give me a minute. Because this is so many people are calling. We can't use the phone because I see people who are calling me. You understand? I said, so see if we can come oh, yes, Carla, I honestly can't see the number, so this could change your phone now. Totally. Yes, Sister Winnie, you are on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead, Sister Winnie. Sorry about that, Sister Winnie. I try to connect and somehow was getting some difficulty. Yes, Sister Winnie, speak to us.
Yeah, blessed day to you, Mr. Mystic.
Blessings.
And the rest of the team, the wife, but now the JLP is an acute mission.
Yes.
Well, what truth are they going to tell? Are they going to tell that Andrew used the charity money for his own investment?
Well, them something they want to talk about.
He opened a bank account and there was no money, and next thing money gone in his billions gone in it. He have 28 bank account. He have so many apartment building. His wife, Royal Reed, that steal the school money.
Them something we talk about, Mr. Winnie.
Why shouldn't they be talking? That's the truth. They should be telling the people what they do, because there is nothing else they can tell the people, that they are a bunch of thieves.
Exactly.
And the trouble is, this thing with that person, it started with that stupid station. People went to it and listen and come and start making news. No one should be listening to that station. All right.
We could talk about something different else, something different, Sister Winnie.
All I'm saying, the PNP should be together, and I hope none of the PNP take anything from the JLP, not a cent, because Andrew will pay billions to stay in power. Because that, but on the 27th, with God's will, the election got to go back over a seat.
Is it?
And that's all I'm praying for, sir.
All right.
You have a good day.
Thank you, Sister Winnie. Thank you. All right. All right. So let me just warn for any callers who are going to call and speak about Damien. Just desist. You understand? We are not going to carry that topic. We have so many issues to speak about, right? Let us leave that alone, right? And stick on the issues that we want to address. Please. I'm begging you, please. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Mystic. How are you?
How are you doing, my dear?
I am very well. And your wife?
She's very good. She's very good.
Okay. Do me a favor.
Yes.
Take your time. Take the call. Don't rush to take the call.
Yes.
When you said a topic is off the table, it's off the table.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, some people are not going to like when you say that to them, but you don't continue. You do not feed into calls.
Yes.
You're off the table. You're off the table. Okay?
Thank you.
Just tell them, listen, no disrespect. I am loaded right now with
Yes.
different topics. So sorry, we'll speak about that another day. Okay, sir?
Thank you, my dear. Thank you, my
You
dear.
have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you. All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Let me just take this caller. Oh geez. This caller have been calling me for quite some time. And here it is again. The phone just Jesus. I just can't operate this phone, honestly. All right. This is something. Okay, hold on. Let me just try and see if I can. Hold on. Yes, Lord. All right. Sorry about that, people. Sorry about that. I have to get some. Yeah, talk to us.
Well, you might think.
All right. Hold on the caller. Hold on, my brethren. Hold on, my brethren. The Damian Crawford situation is off the topic. We are not going to discuss it. So please.
Yes, man. Yes, man. I agree with that.
Off the topic.
Done with that, man.
All right, cool. Yeah, talk to me now. Talk to me now.
Yes. So, the topic was on yesterday.
Yes.
I want to give Jamaica people a reminder. The topic that was on yesterday with the papers was a serious one.
Extremely.
And I know you don't want to move forward every different development, but this. Even the Pegasus don't want to act for all whatever vote. I'll tell you what, they see the voter suppression and that the Pegasus do.
Yes.
The Pegasus is suppressed and make people intend to don't want to. What I'm saying to all my true Jamaican comrades, it is the time when that moment come, remember the pain and the suffering that I go through. No.
Yeah.
All I'm saying, we are asked Market G that stay close with the electoral office. Because I was a presiding officer, I know what I am telling you. Stay close with the presiding officer because you see, anyway, they want to put those electronic machinery.
Yes.
We request more Market G to make sure, say, if the machine broke down, the black book is there to get to issue a vote.
Yes.
You understand? We want the proper. And I'm saying this, and it's the truth, because if the machine broke down, I said, the president officer was on here, but I said, no, it not work. And you're gone. And that, and that happened. So, you know, Brother Byron, more and celebrate the people then. Know this day, when the day you're going to vote and the ask Bakiji, get special indoor agent in those areas where they go and list it for electronic voting. Because you have to have a fighter to fight for the rights of the people. Them. Yeah.
Yes.
Understand? So that them want to. So that's my two take, Brother Byron.
I love it.
Back at class.
I love it.
I'm getting.
I love it.
Thank you.
All right. Well said. Well said. And I love that. In terms of that is one of the reasons why we are building the awareness as it relates to how the Pegasus, right, fit in, right, into the circles of our electoral process. And we have to make sure, right, that we identify these things and build the awareness, because we go through, right, show all the evidence that we have, right, that yes, right, Andrew Honest executed it, right, 2017. And let me say this to Jamaica. Let me say this to Jamaica. A lot of people don't know. 2017, right, FBI agents, right, visited Jamaica, right, and spoke to Andrew Honest in relation to that, right, and he can't dispute it. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Talk to me, my sister. What go on?
Well, I go try to battle, but
yes, my
son, I know to affect the vote.
Oh Jesus. My condolences,
However,
Sister P. Yes.
Yeah, man. However, all of the hype and this and that, or this and that.
Yes.
Let us focus on the prize. No, these things are happening. Come on, Jamaican people. We are the one who are suffer. These things about them Damien Crawford, this, that is a distraction.
Yes.
Don't you?
Yeah, a distraction. And we don't want to discuss that. You understand, Sister P? Distraction. We don't want to discuss that. Yes.
First, I must say happy birthday.
Yes.
To my first lady. Lady Sandra.
Yes. Hold on the Sister P. Hold on the Sister P. In the chat, right? We have, Mrs. Schooling birthday, right? Let us send her blessings, please. Send her some blessings in the chat, right? Bless up our comrade leader's wife, her birthday, right? Please bless her up. All right, yes. Speak to us now,
yes.
Sister P.
And to our Prime Prime Minister to be Mark Bolin when year one come.
Yes.
Year one is around the corner.
Yes,
Happy
yes, yes,
birthday
yes.
when it comes.
Yes.
However, I am asking you, Mystic, and everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, the thing where Andrew Bolin said, leave the IC alone, let them do their job.
Ha!
No. Me want to not take that to be the opening and the closing. Only not top playing.
Mm-hmm.
Because from the Prime Minister saying I bring the IC guard code. Everybody come and bring IC guard code.
Mm-hmm.
Cat, dog, push, rat, mosquito.
They bring the IC code.
And everybody, right? I bring the IC guard code. And Jamaica, and Jamaicans, wide, near, or far. Uno, she said this thing is very bad for our democracy. Uno, no see that. Don't take this money and we must mix up in a drill or what.
Yes.
Or whatever I name. I bring IC guard code. Look on them too.
Can you imagine?
Everybody.
Can you imagine?
And then you have Matthews Samuda. I said, to take this from IC and put it over FID. Uno, she see a trap. And when they don't know, them are going to bring up this Damian Crawford sitting as distraction. Come on, church. Come on, private sector. Come on, do something, man, and normal people. Let go, dear man. It cannot work like this, man. Everybody come. I see a code. I see a code. I see a code.
All right.
I want to go, so.
Madness.
Brother, let me tell you, man. This, if we the people don't stand up, the Jamaica go and sleep from right hand and we foot. One of them the entire wake up in a different world.
Mm-hmm.
In a same land, but different treatment.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly, my sister.
We have them at one road sitting about if you talk to people in a car and police you are going to ticket you. If you are near one peanut, police are going to ticket you. It's all them foolishness. The other thing when we focus on, me and I can't drive and go about the business. Later, me can't talk to you. You can't say something to me. If your phone is on the dashboard, you get the ticket. What kind of foolishness is
Mighty goodness.
Talk the truth.
That's crazy.
The other thing we look on, every time them come about traffic and nobody now come about the bad road them. Nobody now come about the bad road them.
Well said, Sister P. Well said.
If you don't hear me, no class don't miss me.
All right. Me know, Sister P. Blessings.
Sister marry everybody.
All right. Love your Sister P. Blessings. All right. Now we can get serious now with the people's business. Right? And get into certain things. But before we start, you know, so we have to deal with the government and make the government know what the people are saying. Right? So you don't know, you understand? We are going to start now the mission, right? And make the people's, and let the world know as it relates to this kleptocratic government. And then we are going to get into some deep dive. All right, so let us get into the vibration now and start it, because we just are starting up, people. Believe it, we just are start. Let us start.
10 years, you say. 10 long years and look how Jamaica stay. No light, no road, no food for we plate. People are suffer while Andrew live great. Just stand up on the platform, smile wide and proud. I tell we about prosperity, but we can't see it all now. Hurricane come through and left the people bare. 6 months later, them still out asleep under the air. Their GLP friends them build high-rise, road still full of hope. A house pocket to a field, while the nation lose its soul. Hospital overflow, picnic can't get bed. School roof a leak, but you and Juliet well fed. You always have excuse, always pass the blame. Every time something wrong, it never go in your name. Jamaica a drown and you claim you're unclean. Biggest actor in a politics we ever see. Boldness, time for go, time for
pull back that because I'm telling you, this artist reaching out, speaking the truth as it relates to good governance and holding Andrew Holness accountable for his level of criminality. We have to pull up.
10 years, you say. 10 long years and look how Jamaica stay. No light, no road, no food, pan we plate. People are suffer while Andrew I live great. You stand up on the platform, smile wide and proud. I tell we about prosperity, but we can't see it all now. Hurricane come through and left the people bare. 6 months later, them still out asleep under the air. Their GLP friends them feel high rise, roads still full of hope. A house pocket to a field while the nation lose its soul. Hospital overflow, picnic can't get bed. School roof a leak, but you and Juliet well fed. You always have excuse, always pass the blame. Every time something wrong, it never go in your name. Jamaica a drown and you claim you're unclean. Biggest actor in our politics we ever see. Boldness, time to go. Time to go. The people, we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know, hear us. We are not on the door. Boldness, time to go. Time to go. From Kingston to Legrand, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done really show. Boldness, time to go. Farmer can't afford to plant, food price reach the sky. You bring in the poverty while your own people cry. We born ya, we grow ya, we bleed for this land. But Andrew at the top.
Here you go, message from the north coming down, meeting out to all of our Jamaican brothers, right? Speaking the truth as it relates to poor governance that undermine the very people, right? The citizen of Jamaica. And we have to say it as it is, loving it as it relates to the artist speaking the truth. But let me just say this as it relates to some time ago, we see where Andrew Holness, right? Just imagine Jamaica. Just imagine, let us get into the vibes. That Hurricane Melissa, right? Passing roughly about 9 months now, right? From October, the 28th of October. And here it is that 70% of the persons who are affected have not achieved any benefit from the Jamaica Labour Party. Let that sink into our cranium. And the question where look, as it relates to locally speaking and in the diaspora, where the diaspora people, both locally and in the diaspora, made the sacrifices and trust me, pull out all what they need to pull out and pull out $1.4 billion, $1.4 billion and said, give it to the people who need it the most. Did this wicked and cruel government, what did he do? Sit on it and decided that he's not going to give, right, the poor and needy who are suffering while they live in their lavish mansion, living on the backs of poor people. And this is where the argument lies. This is where we have to concentrate and solace our sovereignty as it relates to the TCN. But before we touch the TCN, we have, as I said, right, and as I promised, and I am going to deliver, we have some serious situation that we are going to make known in the TCN. But before that, we are talking about NARA. We are putting NARA now on the pinnacle where everyone can look at it. Some time ago, right, I heard Cliff Hughes said the Prime Minister will have to deliver on NARA because if he doesn't deliver on NARA, then it's going to be a problem for the Prime Minister. Well, Mr. Cliff Hughes, it is indeed going to be a problem on the Prime Minister. All right, hold on, caller. When you call me, don't call me with video. Call me by audio. Don't call me by video, right? Call me by audio. All right. So sorry about that, caller. No disrespect, but don't call me by video. Call me by audio. Okay. All right. Good. Yes, caller. You're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead. Yes, caller. You're on here. You're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead. Oh, okay. All right. Can you? Yes.
What I'm trying to ask you to do, Mr. You can get an interview with Damien Crawford.
No, I don't. All right. Let me say this, caller. We have so many issues to deal with as it relates to what is the topical issues. I'm not going to seek any distraction. And honestly, I am not going to interview. I'm not going to even call Damien Crawford and ask him for an interview to go back there. I honestly don't. I just want to kill that issue. I don't want to discuss it.
Okay.
All right?
Because this thing that is taking around.
Yeah. All right, caller. This is what I'm saying, caller. This Damien issue situation, right, is fueling too much negative energy, and we are going into a route that the distractors want you to follow. Let it go, right? If you are talking about something else, right, of course I will give you the access to speak on something else. I am not going to speak on Damien Crawford.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
All right.
What I'm with the next thing?
Yes.
I'm watching Bolo.
Yes.
Doing on one of your videos.
Yes.
With the Israeli cyber thing that they use to destabilize countries and their election.
Yes.
Can you drive that some more home? Because I mean that was a big topic.
Yes.
So, are you archive?
Yes.
This to show you that the people in Jamaica right now are suffering, and this man can find how much $1 billion.
Can you imagine? Hold on, caller. Hold on, caller. Because that is what touched the nerves. That is what touched the nerve cell. That you take up how much billions of dollars of taxpayers' money and give it to Israelis for what? To keep you in government? Think of that, caller. And remember, this is not something that he can deny, This is not something that he can deny. This is disgusting.
The PSOJ, it's run by them. Because they are in the PSOJ or something like that. I'm getting to understand.
Speak a truth, caller, because you are correct with that. You understand? And that is why Andrew Honest want to manipulate. And that is one of the reasons why they are singing 1 p.m. forever. And Desmond McKenzie is talking about Andrew Honest forever. And that is the reason. But now we found out why they are saying it. If you notice now, they're silent. Because they realize now that we found out, you understand, what they have been doing. And let me tell you something. We are going to keep on the pressure. You understand? We are not going to talk about this. Right? We want this to be investigated as it relates to the utilization of the Pegasus. And we want those Israelites kicked out of our country. Jamaica must galvanize. Let me say something. We have to get serious with this, because we not take another term on the Andrew Honest administration. So I'm saying that we need to put out a march. We need to kick out them people here out of the country. All of them Israelites need to lift up and left.
Yeah, man, they need to get out of the country, man. Get out of the country, man. Go back to the country, don't keep up them arms.
The nastiness.
And the opposition needs to take a deeper dive into this. Because this is what cost him the election last year. So he needs to take a dive into it also. You need to get him on your program, Mystic, and talk to this man. Because I don't know if you know about it, but this needs to be more and you're digging.
Thank you.
You need to dig some more into this thing, that mistake, because I mean, trust me. And what is name? You are a friend here. What is name again?
Oh, melting pot. Melting pot.
Melting pot. You need to dig into that.
No, melting pot no work on a Friday, you know. Just me alone work on a Friday. Me and who no work on a Friday.
Okay, no, so you melting pot and real love some need to dig in some more into them with this thing, you know, man.
Yeah, man, they're on it, man.
Because guess what? Many people does not know about this thing.
Yes, true.
What happened?
True.
So just put in it 1 day and 2 days. No.
I tell you something, Carla. Let me say this. Hold on, Carla. Let me say this to you. Because there was a crucial document that I was searching for, right, that show you certain things. And I realized that when I go on the internet searching for it, the first time when I carried the Pegasus, when I found out about the Pegasus, was roughly about couple months way back. And when I highlighted it and I bring up that documentation, I realized that they clean it from the internet. That is what they are doing, you know. Clean the internet from time to time as it relates to certain information. So what I have been doing now, I have been capturing this information, right? And I'm converting them into picture format and put them into a folder because I know that they are doing regular cleaning. So I will always have this, you understand, to make sure that we build awareness. What we are doing, we are building awareness. And you're right. You understand? We are looking forward to, you know, have an interview with Mark Golden sometime. And of course, we are going to sensitize, right, these issues. Not too worry about that.
Exactly, man, because trust me, this is a big stuff. This is not a small fly. This is a big man fly in front of us right here.
And let me say this to you, Carla. Nothing that I put when it comes to Mystic Sensation, and I'm telling you categorically clear, 100% clear, nothing that I put out there, they can dispute it. Tell any one of them to come out and dispute it. Right? We have the empirical evidence. They can't dispute it.
That's what I want to get into.
Yes.
Send it to Vatican, let Vatican put it on his show because Vatican have a lot of followers right now.
Yes.
And Andre, you bloggers, you men on YouTube, we need to come together with an organization right now with this cyber shit right here, excuse my term. This cyber stuff, all the bloggers them that is on our side need to put this out there. And not just put it up 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Every damn day, you don't need to send it out there. Let it become a part of the situation and the system that everybody knows can say, oh, this is what happened. Because this, I mean, I'm at work today and I'm listening to Bowler bringing it out and I'm saying, damn.
Yes.
Really? You see, Mystic, I have to stop what I'm doing and go into a room and hide myself in there just to listen to the thing.
And I tell you something. Hold on, Carla. First and foremost, I want to say, right, to Bolo, you understand, give thanks to Bolo to continue to sensitize the people to building the awareness in terms of the dissemination of information. We love what Bolo is doing. Bolo is doing a great job. So anyway, there, Bolo, big up yourself. You don't know your Mystic Sensations. And people, please go over, right, and endorse Bolo. Now, let me say this to you, Carla. It is very important that we build this awareness because we know very well as it relates to many of the constituencies. All right, let me give you some history here, right? We know that the situation as it relates to Paul Buchanan and Andrew Honest, right blank. We had seen the evidence in front of our face. We had seen what had done, where we have Flow and Digicel, boom, shut down. You understand? And these manipulations, we can't allow this. You understand that someone is going to tell me that we don't have the right to select the person who we want to lead us in our political process, and is taking that away from us. We can't have that. We can't have that.
No, that is cheating. That is big time cheating.
And apart from cheating, it's evil. It's evil. You are saying to us that we don't have the right to choose our leader. That is what you are saying to us. We don't have the fundamental right to choose our leader. You understand? So you encroach, the Prime Minister encroach on our sovereignty and sabotage us. You understand? From the leader who we want to, from our political leader who we want to lead us. We can't have that. There's no way we can't have that. You understand? The Pegasus is no joke, you know. Here it is. We have the amnesty. Hold on, caller. Let me drive home the point. Amnesty International is no normal group, you know. Amnesty International is saying to the world that, look here, Israel have this, and Israel has been manipulating various countries, right, including Jamaica. And we know that the Prime Minister paid billions of dollars to Israel. You understand, for cyber security and all of them bullshit there. You understand, to what? Cement him into power. That's a breach of our sovereignty. This man offends us in so many ways, Andrew Holness. I mean, he robbed us. He do us all sorts of things. And let me tell you something. And I am speaking this morning that we are not going to stop until we get justice. We are not going to stop. We are on the mission seeking justice, and justice is going to be delivered. And let me tell you something, people. Whether people want to believe it, yes or no, I am telling you, right, that Mystic is going to be relentless. You understand? Until this is not just Mystic coming on social media and as though the Prime Minister wants to say, many of these vloggers, right, it's just views and rare, blah, blah, blah. No, this is very serious, man. This is my country, you know. I mean, now go make nobody come in and take away my birthright, you know. Me now make nobody come in and take my birthright. You understand? Me I defend my peace, you know. You understand? And this is the way me I fight and defend my peace. You understand? I will now go make you use and link up with Israel. You understand? Just look what Israel had done to cement Benjamin Netanyahu through the same process of Pegasus. That is what they done, and nobody can control them. You understand? Them use Pegasus and run over Israel. Don't bother come here, sir, and believe they can use Pegasus and run Jamaica. We are going to push back, and we are pushing back, and I tell you, no, we are going to dig down even deeper. Yes, Carla, sorry, but you know me have to speak.
No problem, man, because I'm saying that is the reason why I'm behooving you to get an interview with the opposition.
Yes.
Mark Golden and Dayton Campbell. Both of them, Mark Golden, Dayton Campbell, and the finance minister, and this thing.
Yes.
Don't get too long, Mystic, that you do.
No, look here, Carla, let me say this, and I want Andrew Holness to come out and deny this. Right? Some time ago, right, between the period 2017 and 2018, the FBI agents questioned Andrew Holness about Pegasus. Am I lying? Come on and tell the people them say Mystic sensational lie. You have been tracked from those years as it relates to the utilization of Pegasus. Right? And you can't deny it. And so then you and your ministers then come out and talk about 1 PM forever. We know where you're going with that. And so then we are highlight it and we are dig it out and we are put it out and we are making no say, yes, you have your attention. You get our attention. Don't bother believe, say. You understand? You are going to use it again. Because we depend on that. So, Mikala, trust me. We are here in this space. And this is no joke. Yes, Carla, talk to us.
Yeah, man, respect that. And no wonder why Milky Face, you know, we are that Milky Face.
Yes.
Instead of in a parliament, they're going to look on the opposition and tell them about maybe if we're lucky the next 40 years that we want to let them know it back.
Hold on there, Carla. Can you imagine? And And I'm glad you brought up that, because that was what he actually said. You understand? Looking across the aisle to the People's National Party and said to them that they're lucky. Might be within the next 40 years before them let them in back. That is what this man Mackenzie said, you know. That is what, and I'm glad you remind us of it, because that is what he said.
Because they have this already them win.
Because they have the Pegasus.
Their power. This is the reason why. That's why he says something like that. That bastard, these bastards need to leave Jamaica Parliament alone for the people, because and a Freedom Parliament alone are still weak. And we put them there.
No politician own the parliament. Exactly, Carla. Me and them, man. Me and them.
Leader an interview on your program and let him know all of this, and then you can call him one away and give him the heads up and tips him how to combat this thing. You and David Vatican, because I know you guys have the arm to do these things, and send out these these allegations to your nearest bloggers, letting you alone don't keep the information.
Yes.
Send it out, make it reach out, make it reach the people's ears. Because it's not everybody listening to you, you know. And it's not everybody listening to Wayne Vatican.
Yes, that's true.
Everybody listen to Andre. And it's not everybody listen to Wayne Lunsum. It's not everybody listen to Bolo. But the few that are listening to you guys, let it be in him, make it send out to them that they can spill it the beans to others out there, because
yes, Carl.
you see, Human Mouth is the biggest website.
All right, Carl. Yeah, thank you for the input, but I'm going to take another call now, yeah? But big up yourself, my brother. Big up yourself. All right. Let me just take another call, because we have to share the call space so that other people can yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead. Let me just yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead.
Yeah, man.
Yes, start to us, caller. Yes, hello.
Yes, okay. Yes,
all right. Hold the line. Here. As soon as this caller, yeah. Talk to me again, caller. Did you hear that?
You said we think Andrew and his team is running the country because they think them is the best government.
No, certainly not.
No. They are there and them can't afford to come out in the next 20 years or more till they can put everything in place behind everything we know. That's just like the NARA, where you can't question it, you can't that.
All right.
Andrew should lose, no, we know. You would have, we could even imagine the level of corruption we would have find out, you know. Because being opposition, you know, there are certain things that they are not privy to, you know.
All right, hold on, caller. But let me say something to you. Right? I agreed with portion of your argument. And let me tell you the portion of the argument that I agreed with you. Right? That Andrew Wallace is doing everything to stay in power. But guess what? Under no circumstances we are going to allow him, right, to do what he had done and gotten away with it. Now, where the predicament is going to start for Andrew Wallace, right, is the 27th, right? We are going to see how that Paul Buchanan case is going through. And again, we have a next reality as it relates to November midterm election for Donald Trump, right? And we are going to anticipate as it relates to what transpired there, right? If Donald Trump lose, right, November midterm election, it simply means that the firewall around Andrew Wallace, right, has been removed. No protection, right, for him there. He has to face, and then, of course, certain information that we have, You understand? We are going to put through certain information. Let me tell you something, Carla, what a lot of people don't know. Certain information that we have, right? We are anticipating for a change of government. Because we know that when we have a change of government, particularly in Jamaica and also in the United States, right? Then of course, then the evidence is going to be looked on the way how they need to be looked on and verified the way how it needs to be verified. But
I agree with that because as an opposition, you can't call in certain agents to go investigate, you know.
There you go. There you go.
So that is the one that me and we do. I them have to do anything when they have to do to steer, you know, because if they lose, the minute they lose, you know,
prison.
Is a prison you have to start make for them, you know.
Let me say this.
Instead of making a parliament building, you have to make a
all right. Let me say this. I am going to show some evidence today. Right? I am going to show some evidence. And when you look on these evidence, you are going to realize that the Jamaica Labour Party administration is in a serious trouble. And many of them will be going to prison. Don't worry about that. It may look how we know. Exactly. Yes. No.
Them buy out everybody and them clean slate and then do all what they can do.
Do all what them can do. You're right with that. You're right. Yeah. And plus the DPP align with them.
Where them have the control.
Them dead. Talk to them again. Tell them that before me let you go. Yeah, but love you, my brother.
Look on a prime minister. Look how world is our prime minister is. The man come out for the past 16 or so, 14 or so years, the man keeps saying that PMP mash up the country, and up till now he can't recover, he can't put back the country in our position or where he can start growing the country. He's still in just a barely come out of the wilderness. And that the man up on a platform and preaching sweet, you know, man.
Me not thinking barely come out of the wilderness. Hold on. I don't think him barely come out of the wilderness. What you say to me, Carla? He's retrogressing. Right? Because we understand
that now. We know a country worse than when.
Exactly. Exactly. That's it.
When I try to tell people, say no, we are the 18 year, but you see, you know what hurt me most of all?
Yes.
We not time now where you need if you can do it, you pick the then can do it. If you have also when I know about phone and you pick the then can go on your phone and tell you say, and it's happening.
Yes.
If you call a pick and say, go on your phone and see what was the exchange rate 2010. The phone I will put it in it tell you.
All right. And that is one of the reasons why.
Sit down in front of lawyers and doctors and teachers and professors and attacking garbage and they sit down there and make a country still, so you know.
Oh, yes.
And they sit down there and they get up and walk out, let him alone, make him know that we're not taking shit. They sit down there and clap him.
All right. Let me give you a perfect example of that. You remember the interview that he had done with the Nurses Association, the president of the Nurses Association. You remember that the president of the Nurses Association stopped him in a track and said, don't bother with it. Don't spin anything here, sir. Don't spin anything here, sir. You know, and then you can see that it was a conceited plan, you know, because after he had done that, then it's Christopher Tufton all of a sudden bump into someone, you understand, in Florida or Miami there, somewhere. You understand? All of a sudden, him bump into a journalist who is asking him who he is. He's the minister of that, and then the journalist now start to break in and ask him about the healthcare. Can you imagine the thing what them set up? You understand, and what they want to? The criminals, they set up criminal. But now tell us something, sir. Listen, me have some. Well, the cards are just, you know, I mean, hampering me down right now. But I want to go through the program, you understand, and deliver. You understand what I need to deliver. All right. Talk to me.
As a PNP.
Yes.
Me can't talk certain things for the year because me don't want to bring my thing in at this review.
But call me and talk to me off here. Call me and talk to me off here.
Yeah, man.
Call me and talk to me after.
They do that.
All right, bless you for yourself, my brother.
Yeah, man.
Cool. All right, let me just go to the next caller because I have a couple of callers line up, and I want to give people their fair chance to for their views to be heard. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead, please.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Mystic, what I'm saying is,
Yes.
you don't have to have no interview with Danny and Carford. You hear me?
Yes, I am not going to.
So when people come in to say they need to have an interview, don't have no interview. If they want to listen to interview, all they have to do is go on Jonah Perry platform.
Yes.
And last night he was there.
And deal with that.
Perry interviewed last night. So if they want to go. Look here, you know, long mystic and listen to all where you have, but the call now, give you the chance.
Now give me the chance at all.
Yes, man.
The caller them now give me a chance. Because I don't even start the program as yet.
Yes, man, they now give the chance coming well while you reveal out the things they're gonna
Yes.
So be the cut to make you get to do what you have to do.
All right, my caller. Bless. Love you.
Love you and thank you.
All right. Cool. Love that. All right, caller. Please, I beg you. No, just give me one little time now for me. Just dig in at them, no man. Dig in at them. All right. So when I start to ease off the call a bit, you understand? I me just dig and deal with them for now. All right. So the Prime Minister came out, right? And the Prime Minister create such, negative euphoria, claiming that, the reason why I did not get to do and accomplish, right, in terms of achieving certain social programs and so forth, is to the fact that we don't have a program, right, so that we can circumvent, the procurement rigmarole and all of that, and we need a program to put in place so we can circumvent all of that and so forth. The Prime Minister, you understand, criminal behavior, you understand. So if you use NARA, you understand, as a shield to cover his incompetence. Listen to me, people. Use NARA as a shield to cover his incompetence, and we are going to prove that today. So now, here it is now that the Prime Minister said, okay, all right. One of the reasons why we need NARA is to expedite the process of rebuilding after Hurricane Melissa. Now that the Prime Minister said, okay, we want NARA, right, to be implemented in law, and so then NARA can expedite the process, the rebuilding process, right, and to make Jamaica resilient. So that the Prime Minister said, oh, no, look at our people. Look at the bangarang yourself. Let me show you what going on now. Look at the bangarang yourself, people. Right? I can't believe this now that the Prime Minister now they try to backstep. They send out him Minnie and Anthony Anderson. You understand? They try to water down now, They try to water down the expediting process, Oh, no, listen now, people. Listen to this bangarang here. Listen carefully.
The National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, NARA, is in the process of mapping large construction projects across the island. CEO of NARA, Major General Anthony Anderson, gave an update at the recent Recovery and Rebuilding Expo in St. James. Details from Andrea Chisholm.
Here is, as I said, we have a mandate to accelerate. We have a mandate to do things faster, at scale, with transparency and accountability. That's this.
Well, all right, let me say this. You have a mandate to accelerate. You have a mandate to do faster and blah, blah, blah. Well, let me tell you something. I know not done, And we are watching, I remember, Cliff Hughes, let me say this to you, Anthony Anderson and Andrew Honest, Cliff Hughes one, and tell you, say, if you not deliver, and NARA is going to be a guillotine around your neck. Now, let me tell you now what Mystic Sensation has said. Mystic Sensation has said, Uno, do have the capacity to deliver. And indeed, what Cliff Hughes says, that NARA is going to hang around your neck as a guillotine. Indeed, it is going to happen. People, listen to what this man is saying now. Listen to what he said.
CEO of NARA reiterating the purpose of the agency as it builds the foundation for rapid reconstruction projects following the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa.
Urgency is what we're about now. And speedy outcomes and an accelerated process. But what that is not is undue haste.
What I say, does it make sense? No, I don't listen to this brother. No, this brother, in terms of the statement that he had given, right, doesn't make any sense. You said to us a while ago that NARA is dealing with the speedy process to expedite, to circumvent a stringent procurement policy guidelines and how the procurement hamper you, right, in terms of that achieving. And so then NARA was created to do what? Circumvent that. And here you are, you understand, giving justification that, okay, all right, yes, NARA is to deal with speed and so forth and so forth. But now you are watering it down in saying that we can't allow speed, you understand, to overcome timeliness, you understand, and to ensure that we do things properly. Because that is what you are saying now, you know. So you are taking its time now and taking out the speed. You understand? You are taking out the expedite process of NARA. So then now, I want to ask you, right, and Major Anthony Anderson, is NARA purpose was to expedite process, or you are now asking us to be patient with NARA? We don't understand you. You know, say our procurement, they're holding up. You never say a procurement are holding up. I don't want NARA to circumvent all of that. Not to hear what you say. Not to listen to you.
You can't do it in a fool way, where you just, to achieve haste, you don't do it properly. That would be as big a tragedy as probably not doing it at all.
Now you see the problem now, you know. You see the bang around, you know. How long you think you can fool the people? How long you think you can fool the people? Because really and truly, you people cannot execute NARA. Because really and truly, you people are in problems. And the problems that you are in, and why Andrew wants to put you there to shield the government, the truth about the matter is that you rob up billions of dollars, trillions of dollars you rob from out of the economy. So you can't deliver. You can't deliver. So you use NARA as a shield to say, okay, blame it on procurement processes. But guess what? Time now is catching up on you. Because people are going to realize that, okay, here it is that you have NARA in your access. What happened to the project, right? Are you moving towards speed? Are you have NARA, are you expediting the process to deliver? And guess what? Jamaica is going to witness that you are not going to deliver. Uno in a bangarang. Uno in a bangarang.
Major General Anthony Anderson reiterated that the new and improved infrastructure has to be resilient to natural disasters such as hurricanes and earthquakes. Following his appointment, which took effect on June 1, NARA has been speaking with several stakeholders.
One of the first things that we are doing is getting a sense of all of the large projects that are taking place in the country. To do this, we have to have and have been having the meetings with the various MDAs with the private sector, the construction industry, and anyone else who is thinking, and the private sector, of course, who are doing their own developments. And the reason for that, we really need all of this development, all of these projects mapped. We need to be able to look at Jamaica and see what's going on in space and in time.
Stop the backside line. Stop the backside line now, because uno have NARA now, so uno go deal with mapping and all of them things. They uno go look on this, uno go draft up that, and that is going to take some long years. You understand? And blah blah blah. And maybe by the time we done with you know and send on our prison, you understand? NARA is not going to be executed. So this is what we are saying as it relates to uno can artists, because what NARA is covering up is your incompetence. And NARA is covering up to the fact that the Auditor General is now citing that over $3 trillion unaccounted for. You understand? So NARA, they cover up all of that. NARA is now a blanket, you understand, to cover up the mess that you have done as it relates to corruption, through nepotism, cronyism. And that is one of the reasons why the Integrity Commission is now investigating the utilization of emergency procurement. Tell the truth. Come on from your arm. Come far from my monitor. Out and bright. You understand? Me I tell you to say, you know, things and time go and catch up on, you know. How long you think you can trick the people them for? Come on from my monitor. Come on from my monitor. You understand? Your piece of garbage. Right? You don't even have any experience. You are the big CEO of NARA. Can you imagine? And you don't even have the qualification. What a bang around this. Now, talk to me, caller. Mystic Sensation Live, before we start to tear them up.
I'm glad you put that out there. I respect your platform tremendously.
Thank you.
And obviously, they're trying to put a spin on this now.
Yes.
It's not going to work.
Not going to work.
Just keep applying the fire, because you're right on point. Right on point. It is so crazy. They're just trying to come with another spin now.
Yes.
Because of the fact that, you know, I love your platform, because the show that they was using the procedure to steal so much money.
Exactly.
It's clearly in vision of the IC based upon the report.
Yes.
And they are going to be implicated. They are already implicated. They're just trying to spin their way out of it, but it cannot happen.
Right. And hold on, caller. Hold on, caller. Hold on, caller.
So much.
All right, hold on, caller. That's why, to be honest, I love caller like you understand, who have that awareness and know what is going on. And when you have hosts like us, right? Because let me tell you something. I must applaud, right, some social media platform, right? And I will not hesitate, right? When you have a Lonesome, when you have a Andre Stevenson, when you have a Portland Spice, when you have a Rattigan, right, a ABR, a Hot Off for the Press, a Talking Man, they cannot escape us. They can't escape us. Right?
That is so true.
Okay.
You guys are right on point. And I'm a big fan of your program.
Thank you very much.
Your channel.
Thank you very much.
All the other channels. Because you guys do awesome work. And just keep educating the masses, because we appreciate it. I've spoken to you before.
Yes.
On a couple of different occasions.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, you know, my name is Keith.
Okay, all right. So let me just put a name to the call. Thank you, Keith.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've spoken to you and your wife before.
Yes.
Pick up yourself.
Blessings, my brother.
You're doing an awesome job. You're a melting pot.
Thank you.
Respect every time, sir.
Thank you.
Continue doing what you're doing.
Blessings.
No problem, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. And let me tell you, Jamaica, that is one of the reasons why, particularly for me, right, I love Mark Golin as it relates to Mark Golin level of sharpness. Right, because Mark Golin, let me tell you something, Jamaica. Mark Golin is extremely sharp, extremely sharp, And all what you see going on, Jamaica, what we want you to sensitize about. They're so scared of Mark Golin. People who don't need to be aware of this. We're going to show you why they're scared of Mark Golin. Let me just take this call. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead, talk to us.
Hi, Mystic.
Blessings, my sister.
How are you?
How are you doing, my sister?
I am here
listening to you. Just come on.
Yes, start us.
Is you alone today?
Yeah, man. Me alone on Friday. Okay. Me and Huno.
Pick up yourself. Pick up yourself. All right. Dear man, look at you now.
Yes.
You see, there's so much antecedents about these people that the PMP can use against them.
Oh my God.
Right now. So much. Content to content to content.
Yes, you're correct.
Now you realize that they are campaigning. They start campaigning.
Yes.
They start campaigning.
Yes.
So what? So what I want my party leader and the other comrades to do. Don't make what happened in the last election come back to happen again. Be vigilant.
Solid point.
He has to have special eyes. Don't depend on Andrew Onis to go get no what do you call him? That oversee the election. He must have his own independent people to oversee the election. Andrew Onis cannot be trusted.
No way, shape, nor form. No way, shape, nor form, sister.
So they must galvanize themselves now and start getting out there, meet the people, talk with the people. And if they could have the councillors and all of those people in the country area, you know, what do you call it, the mic on top of the vehicle, and calling out the people them to come to meeting and all of that.
Yes.
The people on the ground.
Yes.
And all of the things that right now, the corruption, these are the things they must put out there because it's truth.
Yes.
They're not telling no lie.
Yes.
It's truth. And the evidence to prove it.
Exactly.
You understand what I mean?
Exactly. Mystic.
Mystic.
Yes.
You get me?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So this is what I want my party to do right now. You understand? Because I mean, they have this thing that they campaigned on the last time. Vote for Jamaica.
Yes.
See what them get? You see what them get? They can name it. Me now have to start naming them. They know all where them are suffer. No water, no this, no that, the health system. So they know, right?
Yes.
And come back again now. What they're campaigning on is true. Or truth, something like that. But you know, in the reverse, it is true liars.
Exactly.
True liars.
Exactly, sister. Exactly.
You understand? So they must beat it, man, and take it to them.
All right.
And them about all the foolishness right now.
Yes.
Right? 14 seat to 28, that's a lot of work. You guys put in, bloggers put it in, them same as minister, everybody. It's a combination of everybody work coming together, and that's what they must look at, right? Or look on. And not bother with the foolishness.
Yes,
so
my sister.
Just wait a little more, sir. Wait, man. Wait, because I know you do already, and I'm beat you down and say nothing bad about you. Just wait your turn, because you're not ready yet. Work with Mr. Mark Golding, man. Work with him, sir. And not bother with it, and make the toots to them. Bring it to no whole heap of baga. No time for that.
The aim is to sow the seed of destruction. The aim is to sow the seed of destruction, as what Sister Daisy said earlier, and she's right in terms of the intention to sow the seed of destruction. And we are not going there. We are going to talk about the topical issues. And sister, some things we're going to touch on now, you understand? Just
I want to put out the things and man, put them out on social media and man, make people see it for themselves.
Yeah, but
all bloggers have to come together now, man, and press the button and away we go.
Let me tell you something.
Press the trigger, man.
Let me tell you something.
Make people say,
let me tell you something.
You know why them attacking my feel, and I'm going to finish after this.
Yes.
You know why I feel is a mess of education, right? The opposition on education. And when you look at education right now, what is going on for school to be open? So the distraction, look who them choose. And he not see that and realize, because education down, and what if a banger go on with all right now, the school bus and all of that.
Jesus. The amount of disgrace. The amount of disgrace. Oh, look here, me can't even wait. Sister, as I talk about the education, do you aware that in the education ministry, and $902 billion unaccounted for?
Outside.
I'm going to show you that later. Then they hit me, hit me one going on, but they call them a come in,
Yes, they don't want him to talk and all of that.
Yes.
So, him have to have sense, man. Come on, Mr. Damon, man. I know you that.
All
All
right.
right.
Exactly. Bless up yourself. All right. Let me just take this. Yes. Let me just take this final call. And I'm going to take this final call. And, Bolo, this a call me. Bolo. Yes, Bolo. Big up yourself. Talk to us, Bolo. Talk to us.
I just want to know when we can find the food trip and after they have
Which one? Which one, Bolo?
The one with the CEO and NARA, man. Google Gaga. I saw it.
Oh, the one I just play?
Yeah, man.
Oh, you want me to send it to you?
When we can find the full clip that look like a TVJ clip out somewhere. More the full stars. More understand what the man really are talking about.
What on the man? What on the Bolo?
Man sound like the captain of our ship with a
all right. What on the Bolo? Let me send it to you right away because me have it. It is a full clip now. 2 minutes play it out.
He sound like one captain of our ship we don't know navigation. He don't know which direction he
might. He might eat that man. He might have no. Hold on. He might have the qualification. He might have the qualification, Bolo.
But this is concerning because you talk about the most money. This entity is handling the most money.
The man have the qualification, Bolo.
And the CEO sound clueless.
But he might have the qualification. You know where you go? Let me send this to you. Let me send this to you, Bolo. So hold on. Let me find you thing and just send it off to you. Right? Hold on, Bolo. Hold on. Bolo, remember, the man have the qualification, you know. And remember again, Bolo, Dennis Trump not have the qualification for overfeed. You remember that?
Why, man?
Bolo, you miss what I go on.
That's what they did when I talked about a while ago still. Watch interview with
me send it to you your thing the Bolo.
Respect.
Yeah.
Watch interview with Terry and David Craft. And the man is consistent. The man have ambitions to be the leader one day. He never confirm whether or not he have a challenge.
Yes.
In 2027. What I understand is that he's defending his right and everybody else right, whoever have ambition to challenge, and that is democracy.
That is democracy.
And I don't see anything wrong with that.
So we not give no fuel to none of them something. So we are move on.
No, so it's like it's little bit it's much to do about nothing. The real issue them.
Yes.
It's like we are talking about with the education system.
Yes.
And I think it needs to get more.
Yeah, man, the education system more lighted. And remember again, one of the biggest issue is that we have a budget shortfall of over 22 billion not being collected. So we have to but the people them not allow me at the amount of car would come in, Lord Jesus.
and I tell you know, them not have no ideas, them don't have no ideas to grow the economy.
No, none at all.
Everything worse.
None at all.
They can't find food to eat.
None at all.
They can't pay their taxi fare. Like, they can't pay them bills.
Yes.
Those are, I don't know how somebody can be a laborite and on the internet boasting about this government.
Lord Jesus.
And talking
what is
there
to boast about?
Of poor performance.
Crazy.
Right?
Crazy.
And every single thing what the PMP suggests to them, like not putting new taxes on the people after Hurricane Melissa.
Yes.
Tax collection. Yes, tax collection on them why the $22 billion shot.
Oh, of course.
Problem that, you know,
Exactly.
So all of the things that Julian Robinson and Mark Woody had pointed out to say, listen, use this to help the people and help the country. Right? It's not about new taxes.
Yes.
So them attack the taxi man on the road. I wonder what them wait for the shut down for 2 weeks and not buy no gas and not go nowhere and the road is empty. Oh, now wait for.
But look at the girl do a bolo. Look at the girl do a bolo. Look on the gall in terms of the conditions of the road surface and many roads being damaged. You understand, with the deplorable condition of the road, and them have the gall to be increasing taxes, and the taxi man them, you know, that's a wicked, dirty gorilla them are people here.
If the man was doing their job and they have the best roads, like I said, you understand me? I deal with
Mighty God.
It would be harsh. Somebody, the sanctions them is silly still, but I could understand pressure on taximen to follow the rules of the road. You could understand that. But this is ridiculous. How can a man feed to stay fit with the road unfit?
And what needs to be done, Bolo? Let me tell you what needs to be done. There should be a statistics, right, and a research that done as it relates to how the dilapidation of the road condition, how much does that contribute to some of the serious accident that we have? You understand? So that now we put it back on the government and said, okay, here it is their fault of not fixing the road. You understand, that contribute, you understand, to so many deaths as it relates to the deplorable condition of the road. So a statistical research needs to done into that. What say you? Yes.
There should be a law in place where road users can get claims from the government.
Exactly.
Based on the condition of the road where their vehicles are being damaged consistently.
Yes.
There should be something like a tax return to them.
True.
On a quarterly basis or something.
True.
Something, a percentage of the damage that them vehicles, as long as they can prove it, on the road I do this.
Yes, the incompetence of the government. The incompetence of the government that contribute, you understand? The incompetence of the government that contribute, you understand, to the poor condition, the road surface not being fixed. And as such, you understand, these are the situations that create accidents. You understand? And put it back on the government. Big up yourself, Bolo.
Respect.
Blessings, my brother. All right. Yes, Carla, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead. Yes, Carla, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead.
Yes, man. For a long time, we want to get that talk about the program about the girl from Westmoreland.
Talk to me.
The girl from Westmoreland, they would change his loyalty from the PMP to the JLP.
Well, I mean, look here. If she want to change her loyalty, it's fine to us, you know. But that can't stop our progress. You know that.
No, that can't stop our progress. But I tell you something. When she was working with Air Jamaica, I was part of her, you know. And there's a lot of things where you're going to see. Because sometimes some people put themselves at the spot to show up, you know.
All right, but hold on. Let me explore a bit, because you said something that when you and she working at the airport, there was a lot of things to see. This so-called lot of things to see. What are you talking about? Tell us what you are talking about.
There's a lot of things that could explore at the airport and didn't explore. But now that she find herself into a position because she think that the PMP not giving in, she not getting enough money at the council to.
But hold on. So hold on. Let us back up a bit. I don't want you to run like that. Are you saying that you are aware that she was participating in some corruption or something like that? Is that what you are saying to us?
No, man. And if you listen to the program, you're going to hear a lot.
Oh, okay. So I understand where you're going with that.
Yes. So due to the fact he couldn't get to, have a lot of money coming, flowing. So she feels that when she go closer to the JLP, she will have more access to do whatever she wants to do, because you know what am I going to do over there. So she feels it's more easier for her. You understand?
Yes.
Yes. So that's the reason why she gone over there. You understand? But
yes.
You hear more.
All right, Carl.
What I think when we call to her.
Yes, talk to me.
Why Damien Crawford try to put up himself again?
No, all right, Carla. Listen. Let me say this. No disrespect, but I don't want to comment on the Damien Crawford, right? Issue. It's not a topic that I want to discuss. So we could just leave that alone. You understand? You have something else to talk to me about to finish?
No, I just that's what I think we got to answer about.
Because I leave that alone, right? Damien, in terms of what he believes is democratic rights to do whatever I want to do, right? It is just that, right? So, you know, whatever, right? We don't want to give that any fuel. We have so many topical issues that we want to discuss. All right, Carla?
All right, thanks, man, for
Big
that,
up
man.
yourself.
So we could leave it at that.
Yeah, man, could leave it at that. Bless up yourself.
All right, my brother.
Cool.
Yeah, man, one love.
One love, my brother. All right. So then, let me say this thing, and as let me go back and track to show you that Mark Golding, the integrity boss, right, is so sharp that Mark Golding now pick up that they want to now sort of sell a narrative now to NARA as it relates to now, okay, all right, mapping needs to be done and so forth and so forth and so forth. So then let me say this to people. Because they knew what they had done with the high level of criminality, rub up the money, you understand, and have them friends, see you know, people, just imagine, budget shortfall of $22 billion. But if we are to bite into the budget shortfall, right, and we look on corporate taxes, make it zoom in on the corruption. We look on corporate taxes. We would realize that corporate taxes is now guilty in terms of corporate taxes is not forthcoming. And you know why it is not forthcoming? Let me talk to the people, because we have the evidence. When you look, you understand, sandals, you understand, so when me call name, you understand, you know, some about broad like shop shutter. Sandals, you understand, them back and support the government, PSJ, particularly sandals, you understand, and so the tax money, you understand what need to pay. They collected the tax and what need to be paid, particularly NHT and so forth and so forth. You understand? They don't pay it. Of course, them fund the government. They fund the government. So the government himself, Andrew Warnes himself, don't like pay taxes. Hello. Remember, that is one of the investigation, you understand, into Andrew Warnes as it relates to his companies. You understand, not paying any tax. And the very same companies that he filed nil tax for, right? It's the very same companies that lending, you understand, company, interrelated companies, you understand, 20 million and all them something. So you see the level of criminality. People, you see the level of criminality. And remember, you know, people, what sort of company are we talking about with Andrew Warnes? You understand? They are not companies that doing, you understand, demand and supply. These are shell companies. How will you get them money there? How will you get them money there into the shell companies? This is the problem. This is what he can't explain. So we can bite into him. We can bite and dig into him. So now the NARA, we said the NARA plan now they mash up. Yes, Jamaica people. NARA they mash up. NARA they mash up. And the reason why the NARA they mash up, because the Integrity Commission on nice skin. On nice skin they look on procurement, as it relates to emergency procurement. And you understand, and they are now investigating. So guess what now? Him can't get the flexibility and the room for do what he want to do. You understand? Him come now as spring NARA, but remember, you know, people, Cliff Hughes warned him. Cliff Hughes said, let me tell you what Cliff Hughes said. Cliff Hughes said, you have gotten away in terms of shaping and hiding your incompetence. Because remember, many of the roads are not fixed. Right? And the money them rub up. So you try to get away with that and you sell a narrative, a political narrative, say, sure, a procurement that bag me down and, you know, procurement can't allow me to do this and where, blah, blah, blah. And you sell a little narrative there in the space and your political spin machine, them spinning. But guess what now? Your political spin machine, they don't have nothing for spinning. Your political spin machine, they don't have nothing for spinning. Let me show you why your political spin machine them not have nothing for spin. Me know they go plant you know upon the evidence. Me know they go plant you, put your hand now in the cookie jar. Watch this now. Let me tell you what. Let me show you now why them can't save you. Let me show you why them can't save you. This is what you're saying now as it relates to the NARA. Let me show the people. You understand? We have bust your bubble. This is what you're saying now. Remember something I have, you know, remember some mystic sensation, this, you know. Here it is. NARA vital for building and more sustainable Jamaica after Hurricane Melissa, you can't shift back on this, you know. Because we have them documented, you know. We have them documented, you know. Andrew Owners, you cannot shift, you know. This is what you said. NARA vital for building, right, a more sustainable Jamaica after Hurricane Melissa. But we go down in the detail and see what, and hear what you said to us, yes, sir. And see, yes, sir, because we believe, say, no, use a snake oil salesman. So you go upon your usual scamming and you understand, and your PR and your rare, blah, blah. No, I told you that all of this shenanigan was going to catch up on your backside. I told you that all of this shenanigan were going to catch up on your backside. And see it here? Look at show the people what you say so. Right? Prime Minister Dr. Most Honorable Andrew Owners says the establishment of the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority NARA is vital to rebuilding a more sustainable Jamaica at the scale and speed required. Hold on the people. Hold on, I know me use scale and speed required, you know. And you hear now, Google Gaga. You understand? They try to now subtract, right? Speed. They try to subtract the speed. See that? Jamaica at the scale and speed required in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa and to deliver visible results for the citizens who need them the most. And that you're saying about. Not that you say. Not that you say. So the people, and remember, the people out there still not getting 78% of the people still has not been benefited. Remember that, you know? Here, let me open quote what you say, so. Melissa has forced the reconstruction of roads because you know you thief up the road money. Let me talk to the people, let me know the first thing what you talk about. Melissa has forced the reconstruction of roads. Why you got here? Because you mash up the road maintenance act. And let me tell the people then what you have done. You have damaged the road maintenance act because all of the taxes that used to go under the road maintenance act, so it can be properly audited. You understand? Because you want to thief the money. Because you want to thief the money, what you do? You damage the road maintenance act and you put this money in the consolidated fund. That is what you're doing. That is what you're doing, Andrew Owners. You damage the road maintenance act and put all of them taxes where you collect right in the consolidated fund so you can thief it. So all sort of funds, all sort of collectibles going into, you understand, the consolidated funds to mix it up so everything now bungle. So when you make one big thief, you understand, you cannot say, okay, all right, under the road maintenance act, you understand, X amount of money missing. You understand, you do that. Now, let us talk about schools. Schools, you promise STEM, you promise STEAM, and when you can't STEM, when you can't STEAM, you neither can boil, you neither can fry, you neither can bake, and you neither can roast. So we don't see no STEM, and we don't see no STEAM. All of them the money that you mash up on your name and you rub it up. All of that now gone in the $3 trillion unaccounted for. We could talk about the thing there now. Now we could take, let us touch the elephant in the room. Yeah, mommy, they are here today. Health facilities. Now Andrew wants to know how that go. You and Christopher Tufton now use this. You understand? And benefit to yourself, divert. You understand? All the cash to you know. You understand? Now imagine from 2017, you start refurbish and Cornwall Regional Hospital. And when you start the refurbishing, where you start with it at? You start with it at $2 billion Jamaican dollars. Then 2018, you say, okay, all right, you need to rescope. Then it gone to $4 billion. And after you rescope for $4 billion, 2020, nothing. You say, all right, you want to rescope again. And after rescope, it gone to $9 billion. So, all right, $9 billion. Nothing still not going. You want to rescope. And when you rescope, it gone to $23 billion. And And all right, $23 billion. And no, the hospital cannot be refurbished. And now, housing, Lord Papa Jesus, don't talk about housing. Because you and your administration, you understand, lick out Portia Simpson. Say the housing trust money must be ring-fenced to contributors who contributing. It must not use for nothing else. You understand? It has to specific, you understand, to assist contributors. And I do agree with you. I do agree with you. But you never explain the reason as to why Portia Simpson had to use it. Because Bruce Golding and you F up the economy. Bruce Golding and you F up the economy, and Mama Portia, right? And Peter Phillips have to crawl on their knees, you understand, to get a deal from the island. Want to figure out this, you know. All of them things were a pilot, you know. Melissa has forced the reconstruction of roads, schools, health facility, and housing. All of that, you know, F up. Picked up. So now you can't come spin on, you know, maybe take on this. Because you think me can get away. Me now me can get away, you know. Me dep on you. Hey, me say me dep on you like a ticks in a cowback. Dep on you. They expose your corruption. So you can't get free spin and come out of that again. Because me tell you, say you're done fine. You're done fine. And Mark Golding, as it relates to how sharp Mark Golding is, Mark Golding realized, say, okay, all right, I'm in trouble with NARA. This is what now Mark Golding is saying, because Marky G found out that, see there, all of the money went rubber. All the general I said, Jamaica, see there, over $3 trillion they rubber. Unaccounted for. Maybe use the term unaccounted for. Right? There's no documentation to explain none of them money there. No documentation. So $3 trillion rubber. $3 trillion unaccounted for. I use the term. What I use. Marky G now realize. You understand? The integrity boss realize. So the integrity boss now decide now to be strategic and deal with them now. This is what the integrity boss now is asking him. People want to understand how the integrity boss are moving. You understand? Understand how the integrity boss is 100% on him. This is what the integrity boss now they deal with him on. Listen, people.
I think that, especially given that this fiscal year we have suspended the fiscal rules so that the government has more leeway in how it manages the situation, I think we really need a kind of Marshall Plan for small businesses in the affected areas of the country. Those in the Westmoreland, parts of St. Elizabeth, parts of Hanover, parts of St. James and Trelawney, and even St. Anne, and even parts of Manchester, where businesses, and I'm talking primarily about small businesses, many of whom are uninsured, many of whom have suffered losses to their physical assets and their trading assets, their stock. They need help, and they need it fast. And I think we need the rollout of a serious Marshall Plan to get those businesses back up and running so that they can resume their contribution to employment and to economic activity and indeed economic growth. And I think that's the main message I want to carry this morning. You know, in the US, when the Great Recession hit after the stock exchange crashed, in the New York Stock Exchange crashed in the late 1920s going into the early 1930s, and they were down and out. You know, it was the New Deal that was introduced as a fiscal measure to turn that economy from contraction back to expansion. And that was done successfully and, you know, set the stage for the rapid growth of the US economy, which they enjoyed for decades thereafter, despite, or maybe, I shouldn't say despite, because World War II in its own way would have contributed to that as well through the whole arms industry and what have you. But the point I'm making is we can't, in a time of depression or contraction, of difficulties, challenges, adopt a pro-cyclical approach to economic management. We have to be more creative, we have to be bolder. And while we must, of course, always maintain the targets that we want to meet in terms of debt to GDP ratios and so on, there must be some flexibility in how we approach those in terms of the dates and what have you, because we need to address present problems, and there's serious problems in a real way. I think that.
So this is what Marky G is saying to him, right? So if he doesn't understand what Marky G is saying to him, let me tell him what Marky G is saying to him in plain language. Marky G is saying to him in plain language that you have used a simple majority, right? And you chuck through NARA bill into law, right, with a simple majority. Now you have the NARA, right? And what you had said that NARA was now to expedite, right, building reconstruction, right, to build back resilience in the economy. Now we are not seeing that happening. We are not seeing that happening. So what Marky G is saying to him, you have used now NARA to shield your incompetence, you understand, and cover your corruption. It is not going to work. Now watch this now. Well said, Marky G. Love that. Well said. Now, look where we are going now in terms of, you understand, to show that Andrew Holness talking about NARA, right? It's just a lie. It's just a facade, right? And blaming that, you know, too much bureaucracy. We have to go through procurement and all of that is preventing us, you understand, from delivering. Lie! Let me show you the evidence that is lie. You understand that that's why we are here to show him and pin him on the scene of the crime. This is why, right? It is lie. Let us get into the evidence and show Jamaican people why it is lie. Integrity Commission, right? Let me bring it up so you can see it. When we say a lie, nothing about procurement being stringent, and procurement is not allowing them to move speedily. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. Here it is, Jamaica. So I can go in it now to show you the period, you understand, to show you that this man is a criminal. Nothing but a criminal. Now, 26, this is a special report, you know. Use of emergency contracting methodology. And I want people to understand this. Now, I'm going to go in it, people. 2016 to 2017 period, 12% over the period of 2017 and 2018 period, and by 7.5% over, right, the 2018 and 19 period. That's why I have this, you know. Approximately 3% are 2,252 of the number of reported contracts were awarded by way of emergency contracting. So then hold on there now, Andrew Holness. Let me ask you a question. Now you come out and tell the people, say, boy, you have to find NARA. You understand? Because procurement is hindering you. So then this no contradicting to what you say, and to why you want a reason, you understand, to put NARA. So now we know that NARA, you understand, is what you use now to cover up, you understand, your wrongdoing of your criminality. You understand, and your incompetence, because you did not deliver. Why you did not deliver on these programs? Because you rob up the money. You did not deliver because you rob up the money. Now look here. Tables 2 and 3 below are summaries of the number of contracts awarded and corresponding values of said contracts. That's why I'm glad the people them over here say, you know. You understand, my people them very intelligent. You understand, and they know in terms of when we present the data. You understand, they understand the data. Now, which we were awarded using the emergency contracting methodology over the period under review. Now I'm going to look on this now. Come on now, people. Watch this now. 2015, right? In a quarter one, a 125 emergency contract awarded in a quarter, in a quarter one, you know. In a quarter two, 119 emergency contract awarded in a quarter three, a 109 right? Emergency contract awarded in a quarter 4 at 195. So the total contract, emergency contract awarded for 2015, right? We said, okay, 540. Now 2016, 152, right? In quarter 2, 146. Quarter 3, 131. Quarter 4, 81. A total 492 for 2016. We could go 2017. 83, right? In quarter 1. 100 in a quarter 2, 120 in a quarter 3. 88 in a quarter 4. 391, right? As it relates to the entire year. The entire year. 2018, 114, right, in a quarter 1. Quarter 2, 89. Quarter 3, 108. Quarter 4, 69. A total of 380 for the entire year, encompassing, you understand, the 4 quarters. 2019, right, 93, right, in the first quarter. Second quarter, 102. Third quarter, 98, right. Fourth quarter, 148. Right, and here, as it relates to 2019, total amount 4,401, right? So the total amount of emergency contract being utilized between the period 2015, 2019, we talk about 2,252 emergency contracts being utilized. Now watch this now. Look at the value. Look at the value. All right, let's go to the value. Now in 2015, in a quarter 1, 1,148 million. In a quarter 2, 1 billion, 1 million. Quarter 3, 542 million. Quarter 4, 927 million. Right? Total, which is 3,738,388. 233 and 63 cents. Now, 2016. Watch this now. In a quarter 1, right, we have 989 billion. Look at the people. 2016. 2016, listen up. Someone want to understand something here. Right? 989 billion. 272,691,041 cents. Quarter 2, 1,104 million. Quarter 3, 698 billion. But what we want to pay attention to, remember, say, 2015, right, is the last year, right, as it relates to Portia Simpson administration into February, right, 2016. So now when we look at Andrew Warner's period, the first period in the quarter 1, you know, $989 billion in people. Want to look and see it for yourself, you know, see that. In a quarter 2, 1 billion. You know. And if you notice here, so in a quarter 1, 2015, with Portia Simpson, right, it used sparingly. But look at the big jump here, so. Look at that. Now, quarter 2, 1 billion. Quarter 3, 698 million. Billion. 588 million. 532,082. Quarter 4, 463 billion. No, watch this now. Billion, sorry. So we have the total. Sorry, I said 989 million, 272,69. Yes, you understand? I was reading it backwards in terms of billion and million. So it's million. So here, in total, we have 3 billion, 255 million, right? Goes here. 2017, we could come back again. 956 million, 569,928, right? All right. Quarter 2, 420 million, right? Quarter 3, 1 million. Now, what we are talking about, you know, we are talking about the award and emergency contracting. Now, quarter 4, 4 million. Total for the entire year, hold on. Let me just take this call. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead.
Mystic, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Just thanks again. Thanks for the video that you did for the program that you did yesterday, exposing how they stole the election.
Yes,
because it's something that I spoke about. I say the only way they could have gotten win the election was to steal it.
Yes,
they didn't. Yeah,
exactly.
When everybody else was campaigning, they said that it was third term loading.
Third term loading. You remember that, caller? You remember that, right?
So they were.
They didn't even. They didn't even campaign effectively. If you notice, when the PNP were campaigning strong, they didn't even do as much campaigning.
No. And you see, okay, and after they said that they won, you notice that they didn't celebrate. There was no big celebration.
Yes.
Because they was timid in the fact that they I believe going into the head, they didn't think that they would have be able to pull it off to get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
So another thing, every time that right now I believe that's what's going on down there now is a major destabilization. And
yes.
Every time that the PNP bring back the country,
yes,
so that the people can have some kind of dignity.
Yes.
The labor right always conspire and mash up the country. Then people here need to be charged for treason.
We are going to hold them to that. That's why we are investigating and showing all of these things. And the NARA, me a mash up now, Me a mash up the NARA, caller.
Yes, I'm on my way home. I didn't hear much of the program, but I just say let me call in and tell you thanks.
Yes. Bless up, man.
I know that they stole it. I mentioned that to you. That
yes.
They stole the election because I was there.
Yes.
And yes. I saw what went on. The people came out and voted out these suckers.
Yeah, man. Indeed.
Voted against them, voted to get them out.
Indeed, the people have voted them out. Indeed, the people have voted them out. Not too weird about that.
Well, anyway, thank you, man.
Blessings, my brother. Blessings.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Same to you.
All
right. So where am I going with this, Jamaica? And the facts that I'm presenting here is to show you that Andrew Owens creating NARA, right, is not anything to do with any project to expedite any project. NARA is just a shield and cover as it relates to his incompetence, you understand, and to cover the corruption that Andrew Owens had done. Because I am showing you where Andrew Owens utilization of emergency contract and CETA. We can look at it now. 2019, right? I remember saying we don't have the 2020, 2025, we don't have the 2020 going up to 2025. We are going to see it much worse. You understand? So I'm still searching for that. You understand? To bring it out on my next program. CETA paper, but in totality, right? We are looking at between, as it relates to Andrew Owens period 2016 to 2019, right? 23 billion less 3 billion. So we just subtract 3 billion from this. So when I look on it, you understand it is $19 billion that Andrew Owens utilized by what? By emergency procurement. You understand? So this is the reason why now I'm a fight the Integrity Commission, because the Integrity Commission investigators are digging into that. You understand? To mash up the NARA and the lie they told about having NARA. NARA is nothing but a shield to cover up. And here why? Here why? You see where we are going to go next? We are going to go into the Zara Burton report that is going to bring you out and bring to light that NARA really and truly is a camouflage that Andrew Owens used to cover up his wrongdoing. NARA has nothing, you understand, in terms of, you understand, expedite anything. So people, when you stop and look, it now will happen. NARA is only a shield that they are using. Look at this now. That's why we are going to now dig in Zara Burton report as it relates to now what is happening at UHWI, as it relates to how they use direct procurement and emergency procurement to do what? Rob taxpayers. And they don't want anyone, you understand, to go there, you understand, and find out the truth. You understand? I mean, the Clarendon boys are protecting Andrew Holness with the level of criminality. When you look on this, people, look on this. Look on this. No joke, no two-way about this. Let us look at this. Where is my Zara Burton? Okay. All right. Now let us get into this. Let me bring it up for you, because I want to see it in the people. Yeah, okay. All right. Let me bring it up. See there? Exclusive interview. Foreign CEO picked choosing to reform UHWI turned down job after feeling unsupported by key figures, including Health Minister Tufton. Jamaica. This is serious, and this is one of the reasons why when we look and we see Christopher Tufton went into Miami, right, giving interview at the stage to tell lie, you understand, that in comparison between Portia Simpson time and Christopher Tufton time is that healthcare is much better. You understand? Christopher Tufton, you rob up the healthcare. You rob up the healthcare. You're Andrew Holness, rob and thief on the thief direct. Look here, the amount of thing want to do with healthcare, right? And here it is now. Here is the solid evidence that Zara Burton brought out to show you, Christopher Tufton, you understand, your high level of criminality, and that you don't want anyone to go there and change the status quo of your criminality. Here is the solid evidence. Zara Burton, big up herself with this interview. Now hear it. We could bite into this, people. When Dorothy Hossain visited in September 2023, she expected to spend a week meeting stakeholders and touring the university hostel of the West Indies before formally accepting the job as CEO. She had been selected from a batch of 6 shortlisted candidates by the UHWI board based on her years of experience transforming other troubled health institutions in the UK, and was looking forward to doing the same for Jamaica premier state-funded hostel. But did the Jamaican Labour Party government want it? No, they don't want it. They want to maintain the status quo of criminality and corruption and robbing taxpayers' money. Look, people, we could get on into it. But while she was received warmly by staff and members of the board, who seems to want change, that is how them sell them PR now. Act as if they want change, act as if they want to employ, right, persons who are going to do the relevant change. We don't know, so nothing go so. You know, that's why Andrew Holness get Guy Collizan, right? Dennis Trump to put a feed when I have the qualification. You understand? So that might be Dennis Trump can save him. Then that's why I get Google Gaga to put in a NARA when I have the qualification. Then you understand Andrew Holness MO modus operandi, you understand, to endorse his criminality. So these are vehicles of Andrew Holness criminality. Now, in an exclusive interview, she said it became clear to her a fraction of key persons. I want to listen to this, you know. I want to listen to this. Listen, Jamaica, be aware. She said it became clear to her after she came in, right? Being shortlisted, right? And decided that, okay, all right, she's going to do the job. You understand? She's now going to change the entire outlook. You understand? And fix things. You hear what she said? She said it became clear to her a fraction of key persons didn't want her there. No. The Clarendon boys don't want you there. You're going to stop their corruption. They don't want you there. You're too clean. You're too honest. You're too integrity. You have too much integrity. You are somebody like Mark Golden. And so then we do everything, you understand, to try burn down Mark Golden and try to prevent Mark Golden from being a prime minister, because Mark Golden is going to hold them accountable. So then if you are like Mark Golden, we don't want you here. What we are doing with you? You're going to call me out. You're going to call me out. You're going to go. You, a person like you, you're going to make you go to prison faster than how if going there. Because we line up already for going there, you know. Yeah, we already line up already for going there. And we just start up the thing. You know, we are use judicial review for start the thing. But with you coming at this now, you're not going to go there too fast. We don't want to go there too fast. We want to start and delay the thing. But you understand? You're too clean for coming here, sir. You're too honest for work, yes, sir. No, which ultimately led to her turning down the job. Look what I go on, people. The acting CEO, Fitzgerald Michelle, wouldn't show her around despite being tasked with doing so. No, sir, this is a woman here. No, we can't work with this woman here. You understand? This woman go tap the floor. Yeah. The woman go tap the food. That woman come and tap the food. Then that's why, as it relates to the permanent secretary, right, father, you understand, kill the permanent secretary. You understand, Audrey Sewell. That's what I call now today now. I call out the whole on today now. The permanent secretary, Audrey Sewell, that in charge of all of Andrew Warner's permanent secretaries. That's why her father killed one of the member of parliament. Because the member of parliament, when they try to stop him food, remember some of that document, you know, can't run up on me, you know, because I push on back. You understand? We shot on for push back. We talk about thing there. You understand? So hard you swear, you know, but I go on like, you understand? You're innocent and clean. We know your file and we have your file. You're nasty and dirty. And you give Andrew Wallace the key. And you give them a people the key. Carl Bruce and all them people for rob. Because of course you have your food. So when this lady come out with integrity like Mark Golden, you don't want her there. No, she have to talk about things them. No, we not give her the work. We not give her the work. See here, Chief Dr. Carl Bruce refused to meet her. And the Chief Dr. Carl Bruce, listen, was supposed to hold up the institution. I'm supposed to have the institution for integrity. This other man, you understand, what in line with buying the drill them enough for $31 million after $5 million them pay fine. Them build the country for $38 million. When you look at the wickedness now. So Carl Bruce don't want her to clean up the system. If you talk about the thing them people. No, I wish she got too clean. This is somebody I look, you understand? Her profile similar to Mark Golden. How she go? No, sir. She go take the food on the shelf. No, we don't want her here, sir. You understand? We don't want her here, sir. But you know, Health Minister Dr. Tufton, Christopher Tufton, was not welcoming. You hear that, people? Christopher Tufton, right? And Carl Bruce decide say, yo, we can't have her here, sir. She go expose it. We can't have her here, sir. You understand? So here we go now. We are going to show our attitude and make sure know so we don't want her here. Right? And Christopher Tufton, we don't make sure so we don't employ her. You understand? Because we don't want the business go road. You understand? And we don't want the food top. You man? This is a woman that top the food. You know how much place this is a woman that correct of them criminality. We can't have her in this. You mad? If you have her in this, we go in a prison quicker than how we go. No. We don't look, you know. See it here? We're not telling no lie upon them, you know. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton was not welcoming. And in her present, cousin up to Michelle, who eventually got the top spot despite finishing last or second to last. So, you know, Michelle a criminal, you know. People want to sue one, you know. So Michelle Garner now, you understand, because them know say Michelle now look left. Because the people them want power with Christopher Tufton, you understand, and Carl Bruce want power with a 3 set of friends them have. 3 set of friends them have. If you don't know the 3 set of friends them, let me tell you now the 3 set of friends them they have. One set of friend named Cassie, the other set of friend named Nancy, and the other set of friend named Anawasi. So them prefer to now go with Michelle, who Cassie, Nancy, and Anawasi. You understand the level of corruption, so them don't want to use the lady. Because the lady are going to stop them. You know watch what the thing work now. We are breaking down food, you know. Who eventually got the top spot despite finishing last, you know, or second to last in the rounds of interview, you know. No, sir, we can't take this woman. No way. We are not going to have it. It better we select someone who fail. It better we select someone who fail. We don't want to have this out. No, we can't have this. No, according to UHWI board chairman Wayne Chai Chung says it was the decision by Tufton to reinstate Michelle. Who hear the corruption, see corruption, the people. See the nastiness here. Who gone to Miami? You understand? They tell people, as it relates to his responsibility, how he might go on good in health care. See the nastiness here? Keep Michelle. You understand? Reinstate Michelle to the fact that, of course, Michelle allowed them so that over $600 billion unaccounted for in health care. See Christopher Tufton reinstate her. So you're going to tell me now. Say this is a process here. Not the same thing Andrew Wallace do with Andrew Wheatley. Want to see the corruption? So now Andrew Wallace and Wheatley 2.0 this. Want to talk to me people. If I lie me and tell, you understand? Type in the chat say I lie me and tell. But if I truth me and talk, want to talk truth. Based on what Christopher Tufton do yourself. Now Andrew Wallace and Andrew Wheatley 2.0 this. See that Tufton reinstate Michelle as acting CEO after the board voted to replace him to Barkford. People, yo, if you're not busy, come here. The board decides, all right, listen me. No, we can't take the criminality no more. Things have to change. Things have to change too bad. The Auditor General the pound way. The IC they turn up them surveillance and I look pound way. Papa Jesus, we could change your behavior. We could change your nasty attitude. And see there, Christopher Tufton said, no, I don't want to be exposed, so then I am not going to employ her. Plain and simple. See there, Tufton to reinstate Michelle as acting CEO after the board voted to replace him with another senior director at UHWI during the ongoing CEO search that led to his resignation as chairman and the dissolution of his board. Tufton has since dismissed the claim, saying ministers don't appoint CEO. You saw him wicked and liar, thief, criminal and everything in one. You saw him wicked and liar. So you can see and understand how $800 million was utilized to buy the Benz Punani. You can see how it's very easy to utilize how the $800 million taxpayers' money used to buy the Benz Punani. The Benz Punani. Through what? Direct tender procurement. Right? Single procurement. Now, I've looked at the level of corruption what I see are digging up. So they must say, okay, all right. Since the IC want to come out with that thing and I want to expose we, all we need to do, try to malign the IC. You understand? Try to tell people, say, well, I mean, the IC, they are incapable. But all you say the IC incapable. When the IC put 23 in case and convicted 22. How is that for performance? It has nothing in comparison to where someone failed in an interview and the person who aced the interview, you chose not to choose that person who aced the interview, but you pick up the person who failed the interview. Tell me how that makes sense. Tell me how that makes sense. And here it is. Watch now. Michelle is now on accrued leave. Want to show the corruption, you know. People, maybe dig down into the corruption and show the old dirty nastiness with Christopher Tufton. You understand? Me say, you figure out prison. But we are come to you, you know. We are come to you, you know. We are going to show the people of your criminality. They show you up. Now, watch it now. I can show who is Michelle. You understand? What Christopher Tufton want to reinforce. You know, watch this now. Michelle is now on accrued leave amid a fraud squad investigation following a damning Auditor General report in January 2026. Look at that person now. Look at that person now, people. So then, you see the reason why he draw back for Michelle? Say, come here, boy. Come on. Birds of a feather flock together. You have to come back and protect the status quo of criminality. Where you go? Even though you are under investigation. See, there you know, people. And look, hold on, people. And I make up them as something, you know. And on the sixth sensation, I make up them as something, you know. See, they're not plain English to say, you know. Michelle is now on accrued leave amid a fraud squad investigation. Fraud squad investigation, you know. So it's serious, you know, people. This is not the IC. This is not the Integrity Commission investigating. A fraud squad investigation, listen. Following a damning Auditor General report in January 2026, you know, into procurement breaches and has declined to appear before the PAC probing the allegation against UHWI. He can't go up there. He can't go up there if you answer the question. Then. He can't go apart. He can't go to the PAC meeting. People could talk about the thing now. Him can't go to the PSC meeting because guess what now? Him exposed to the public and he answers them. He can't answer the answers them. He can't answer the question them. You know what's the banger wrong so? And here they see them into procurement breaches. And you know the type of procurement? Emergency procurement and direct procurement. Single-handed direct procurement. You understand? All of them are corruption. We are sure you. You understand? So then, what you think am I? What you think Mystic Sensation is showing you? This. It's to show you that when Andrew Warner's draft in the so-called NARA, you understand, it's a big gimmicks. Big facade. It's to cover up them things up. It's to cover up them things up and delay the process and put now the veil over the eyes. Say, oh, no man, the Prime Minister never get fit arm. Do them something here because, you know, procurement, stringent procurement rules and guidelines, they bag down the Prime Minister. Oh, and that's why so many roads not fixed. Okay, no, me understand. And that they want to believe in the people. Oh, yes, and that's why the road them not fixed. And yes, and that's why Carnal Regional Hospital don't finish yet. And oh, yes, that's why STEM and STEAM and then the school there, when you come up with, don't finish yet. So when you know STEM, steam, boil, fry, roast, none of them something they don't go, oh, and that's why we don't get no STEM, we don't get no steam, we don't get no boil, we don't get no fry, and we don't get no bake. When you see the level of corruption, people. Now here now, Bruce, meanwhile, remains in place as chief director, as does Tufton as health minister. None of the three have commented on their interactions with Osei despite being given an opportunity to do so by ATBBs now. They're now going to answer you, Zara. Zara, you don't know how you go when it comes to your deep diving skills or how you like it digging up people's flesh. You understand and get to the bottom of things. They're not going to answer you, Zara. Or we are going with asking them sort of pertinent questions then. You understand that going to expose them and show you them teeth for it. They're not going to answer you. Now in May 2026, Tufton voiced support for the recommendations of a review committee he set up in the wake of the Auditor General's report, all dirty, nasty hypocrisy, including appointing a full-time international expert in hostile administration to the USII board for at least a year, now. When you see the criminal? The question is, based on Hussein experience 3 years earlier, where the UHIW board tried to recruit an experienced international hospital turnaround specialist to the lead the institution, but the effort collapsed in part because of him. Does Tufton really support change, or is it only him about appearing to do so? And then Zara, I don't know why you asked them the question there. Yeah, Zara, we know you're smelling from a distance. You understand? Me tell you, so I smell the teeth, Mr. Panini. Zara, you know smell it? Zara, you know smell the teeth? Me tell you, so I cannot smell it, Panini. Smell strong blood. Eh? So if no one don't change, want to maintain the status quo of criminality, this is what we have. Now, people, let me show you something. You understand? Because what I'm promising them, I will deliver. But before me got into this, I want to address one piece. I have my wife. And I am someone who respect ladies, respect them a lot. Because, of course, their tremendous contribution in the bringing up of many powerful leaders. So I'm not going to rude to Miss Chin. But Miss Chin, you're out of your place. You're out of your place. I say before me rude to you, I'm going to angle you nicely today. But remember, make the people hear what you have to say in a mystery. Remember, make the people hear what you have to say. And I'm going to rude to you. I'm going to deal with you nicely. Because me now go carry down myself. You understand? So low. So I'm going to respect you. Right? As a lady. Now I'm going to hear what you say, son. Right? You know what? Let me take with this. I don't want to come so first. I don't want to come here so first. Let me show the people what you say, son. Because what you say no mystery. No, you don't really make no sense. And this is really dunce. So we can just put you up. Now what?
Dawn Marie Richards, president of the Nurses Association of Jamaica, stepped forward at Yuma Combo today because I come to talk about the video that is being shown all around by the little PMP supporters that happened at a press conference between yourself and the Prime Minister of Jamaica at the office of the Prime Minister. No. Why do you think you need to behave like that? Why do you think you need to behave so arrogant, and when the Prime Minister is talking, you're butting in and you're giving your responses very abrasive? Why do you think you need to behave like that? I saw you on an interview with Neville Bell in the same clothes. That means it was done on the very same day, and you weren't behaving that way. You were very calm and composed when speaking to Neville Bell. Why? You never want him asked you for walk out of TVJ, but you feel like the Prime Minister could not ask you to leave the office of the Prime Minister because you think you put the Prime Minister wish part in there. You come into the office of the Prime Minister having a conversation with the Prime Minister like you came there with an agenda from the PMP, because they are the ones that's running.
So well, I don't know, mystery. I never know, say, are you control, right? You know what the president needs to say, and how the president needs to respond to the Prime Minister. Now, the president had prevented a lie that was intended to craft by the Prime Minister about healthcare to shape a narrative in the air, mystery, that the healthcare is up and running, and as it relates to the brain drain, of the system because nurses are leaving in drones, right? The Prime Minister wants to shape that as a lie. And so then, to the fact that the TAJ president, right, stopped him in the trap in speaking the truth and saying what you are saying is not true, because basically that's the process. That's a summary. That basically, no, the healthcare is in a crisis. So then you didn't want her to come out and speak her truth. You didn't want her to come out and speak the truth. And this is how you continue to cover up criminality. But you know what? Let me get into the investigation right now because, okay, now I'm going to make sure, sir, I finish the investigation now. So I'm going to take you off. TCN, we'll get into that, right? Because we see with time around, and I promise that we are going to deliver that. You understand? So I'm going to deliver. Now, Jamaica, we could dig into this, right? Right then and there. Right? Let me just close out some of these things, and we dig into what we need to dig into. All right. Now, let us get into the TCN. And first, what I want to go into is, first and foremost, right, what I want to show Jamaica. Jamaica, this TCN, third country nationals, right? I wanted to remind you of something. That the first time Marco Rubio visited, right, Andrew Holness, right, we didn't want to know what was the meeting all about, and we didn't hear what the meeting was all about. And so then Marco Rubio's first visit, right, was about third country national. And Andrew Holness hid it from that time. Right? So it is not now that they were engaged. Listen to what I'm saying, people. From the first time Marco Rubio came to Jamaica at that time, and people were asking as it relates to the basis of the visit, Andrew Holness hid it. Right? It was the same dialogue about the third country nationals, and I have the evidence to prove it. Watch this now. So let us get into this executive, right, summary of the this white paper, right, Antigua. Now, this white paper explained the position of the government of Antigua and Barbuda and proposals from the government of the United States concerning the possible reception in Antigua and Barbuda of certain third country nationals removed from the United States. The government of Antigua and Barbuda has approached this matter in a spirit of friendship and cooperation. I am going to tell you the stand that they took, right? And tell you in comparison to the stand that Andrew Holness took. And that's why we have to take the street again. Now, it did not refuse to consider the request when it was first raised, because Antigua and Barbuda values its relations with the United States and recognizes the importance of serious engagement between friendly states. I want to look on these people. At the same time, Antigua and Barbuda is a small state with limited land area, limited public resources, and limited absorptive capacity. It cannot responsibly accept open-ended obligations involving persons who are not its nationals and whose removal is sought by another state. Now remember, Andrew Holness can't take them a position. Andrew Holness don't have them a card of a play. Because remember, say him corrupted. Remember, say him down for money laundering and sort of shenanigans. So him can't take them a position. What other people? Antigua and Barbuda has willingly cooperated with U.S. immigration and custom enforcement in accepting the return of its nationals. I want to pay attention to people. Not the TCN, you know. Not third country nationals, you know. But their nationals who have been deported from the United States between March 25 and July 2026. You understand? So that is the agreement between them. You understand that all of their deportees, their persons who born in Antigua and Barbuda, you understand, they will take them, not third country national. Antigua and Barbuda accepted the return of all 5 of its nationals identified by the ICE for deportation. So that was accepted as it relates to the agreement made between Antigua and Barbuda and the USA. Now the government's position is therefore clear. Now let us talk about this now, people. Let us get into this. Antigua and Barbuda will not accept a standard program for the reception of third country nationals. I want to read about that overtone. Let me read about that overtone. Antigua and Barbuda will not accept a standing program for the reception of third country nationals. Papa, how Andrew want to go find them sort of bargaining carrier? You understand? If we turn up and talk to the United States like this. Eh? Well, how this cannot be part. He can't talk to him. Can't talk to the United States like this. No, sir. Which is to say, nationals of countries other than Antigua and Barbuda. Any cooperation can be considered only on a strictly limited case-by-case basis in the exercise of Antigua and Barbuda's complete sovereign discretion. I don't hear that. Now, any person proposed must be fully documented in advance. I don't hear that. This is how Antigua and Barbuda, the bargain with the big, bad, powerful United States. And why they can't bargain? They are not corrupted. Like the Jamaica Prime Minister. And obviously, you understand, that give them, that qualify them to bargain. No. Must satisfy. Let me read that over. Any person proposed must be fully documented in advance. Must satisfy strict eligibility conditions and may be refused by Antigua and Barbuda for any reasons. Want to hear that? Big. No person should depart the United States unless the full cost of reception, settlement, healthcare, welfare, security, administration, and any onward or return arrangement has been secured in writing in advance by the United States or another acceptable agency. Because we're not people. In light of Antigua and Barbuda's size and capacity, the government counter proposal contemplates no more than 10 persons in 2026, followed by a review in 2027. The purpose of this white paper is to inform Parliament and the public of the background, the issues at stake, and the principles on which the government has proceeded. Now, let us stop sharing this. Take out this. Now, Jamaica, where am I going? Antigua and Barbuda government show up Andrew Honest. Clearly establish a white paper, right? And clearly brought their people into the conversation. Not like Andrew Honest, who, as we speak, we don't know what is happening with the TCN as it relates to Jamaica. And so then, of course, Antigua is saying that my people need to involve in terms of this decision-making process. I am not going to force this onto my people. But let us ask the question. Can Andrew Honest do that? Can Andrew Honest make decisions like that? No, he can't. Why? Corrupted. United States have everything on him to squeeze his balls. So anything what the United States decide, you understand, he has to take. And as a matter of fact, United States don't have to come to him with it. This is where I'm going, people. as it relates to the interview that he had done with the lady, him said United States didn't even come to we with that, and we go to them. So when he stood up and he realized the consequences of certain things, okay, maybe run go to father, you understand, and talk to Massa. Maybe run go to Massa and talk to Massa. Right? Because we know say the possibility exists. And we don't want, you understand, to go on Massa wrong side. You understand? So right now, this is the one of the reasons why we have to get out there. But hold on the people. Hold on the people. Hold on the people. You know what mystic sensation is? We could get into more detail. Yes, so we talk about the white paper. We're going to do more juggling. Now, let us so what Mystic Sensation did, right, is to do a little research. So I want to find out, to say, okay, all right, I don't want to accuse Andrew Wallace's administration, right, as it relates to Marco Rubio's first visit. What was it about? So let me do my little research and ask, right, Google AI if Marco Rubio first visit to Jamaica, was that visit has to deal with TCN. And here it is. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio's diplomatic discussion in the Caribbean were directly focused on third country nationals and broader regional immigration policies. And it tells me where to go and find the document at the Inter-American. See that? So people want to know, want to show no how to search. You know? Oh, so when we search and we come up with the evidence. So now we know that, okay, the first visit was all about, right, third country nationals. You understand, being in dialogue. Let us put it, whether United States want to engage or them want to engage United States, but that was, you understand, one of the focus as it relates to the first visit that we did not, that Andrew Wallace's administration did not want to speak about. Now, let me stop and share this now. So the document, Inter-American, we are going to get into it, and I'm going to show you something, people. Right? I am going to show you something. Watch this now, people. You are going to see the large-scale focus as it relates to the type of people that really and truly coming into our borders. You are going to see it up close, and these are people who are up close and personal. The very document being recommended as it relates to AI Google search, you understand? I get into the document and look here, people. Now, let me get into this. The question asked, what did Rubio accomplish on his Caribbean trip? Let me get a little bit into this. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio traveled to Jamaica, Guyana, and Suriname on March 26 and 27. March 26 and 27. You know. During his trip, Rubio met with heads of state to discuss issues including stemming the flow of irregular migration and drug trafficking in the region, right? So them use drug trafficking to camouflage and thing, you know. What they really talk about is the irregular migration. It's all about Donald Trump. You understand, migration policies. Reuters reported he also met with the leader of Haiti Transitional Presidential Council during his stop in Jamaica. What major development emerged from Rubio's trip to the Caribbean? The question asks. What is the significance of Rubio making 2 trips to Latin America and the Caribbean? The question asks within the first few months in office. So, want to see what happened? To what extent does Rubio, America's first focus on the Western Hemisphere, reflect a broader U.S. foreign policy strategy under the administration of President Donald Trump? Now, watch this. So 2 people responded. I am not going to go into the first A because it is very long. Let us get into what Riyadh, right, in Senale, former ambassador of Guyana. So now may I give you it raw now, Jamaica. Watch this. Riyadh Imsanali, former ambassador of Guyana to the United States. It was good that Secretary of State Marco Rubio second visit to Latin America and the Caribbean so soon into his tenure was to Jamaica. Want to listen to people. Was to Jamaica, where he met with the leaders of Jamaica, Barbados, and Trinidad and Tobago, as well as the leader of Haiti Transitional Presidential Council, and to Guyana and Suriname, where me met with those countries' heads of state. Him met with them. In addition to talking about shared interests, I want to listen to people around security and prosperity. Rubio, listen Jamaica, Rubio clearly had a message to deliver about U.S. domestic policies that influence U.S. foreign policy's priorities. Not all of those policies are comforting for Caribbean leaders. Listen now, people. They include immigration and deportations. People see then. So what they include? They include immigration and deportations. So I am showing you this evidence to say Andrew Holness knew about this long time from Marco Rubio's first visit. Not now that it is just breaking out and telling lies that he was going to address, you understand, situation and so forth. And Horace Strang said he was going to address, you understand, and Dana Morrison talk about it is just because, you understand, the journalists, you understand, exposed this. They knew about this long time. I am showing you the evidence, people. See it here? They include immigration and deportations, pressure on Cuba and Venezuela, countering China's influence in the region, and more positively, the emerging roles of Guyana and Suriname in supporting energy security for Guyana. At least the visit was something of a triumph, as Secretary Rubio publicly declared, right? It will be a very bad day for the Venezuelan regime if they were to attack Guyana or attack ExxonMobil. And it would not end well for them. So that is far away before even attack on Venezuela. May I tell you, Andrew Holness know about this in the people. This is the strongest statement to date by a senior U.S. government official in support of Guyana, and was a diplomatic win for President Irfan Ali, taken with the signing of a memorandum of understanding and security cooperation covering information sharing, right, synthetic drug detection, transnational organization crime, and military-to-military cooperation. Guyana's security stance was strengthened with the United States as a preeminent strategic partner. Whether it's America first or America first. We understand, because it's always been America first. That's why that statement is there. Whether it is America's first or America's first, right? So any dialogue with any government, the interests have to be in the United States. That is what that means. The region as a whole still has a lot of serious strategizing to do to convince the United States, right, of the convergence of interests that underpin the security, stability, and prosperity of its third border. Now, hear what Stephen said now. Stephen Demi-Purcell, lecturer at Eton and Decum University of Suriname, Secretary of State, Marco Rubio's recent three-nation Caribbean tour signal Washington's determination to reassert influence in the region, increasingly courted by global competitors. The visits to Jamaica, Guyana, and Suriname reveal a strategy to address immediate crises. What are the immediate crises? Economic competition. Want to listen to people. Now, why I think I am reading this? The other day again, Andrew Holness administration came out and talking about opening Alpart and so forth and so forth. You understand? And dealing with China. This is what America, you understand, is dealing with. No, this is what America is dealing with. So I am wondering how those two is going to be to merge. How you are going to deal with China, right, to expand as it relates to Alpart, and at the same time, United States, I tell you, say, you understand, not to increase, you understand, Chinese influence, right, in Jamaica anymore. Watch this now. The visit to Jamaica, Guyana, and Suriname reveal a strategy to address immediate crisis. Immediate crisis, you know what I'm saying? Economic competition, and I'm going to make it up, and regional security concerns. Now, watch this now. With a particular focus on countering Chinese expansion and protecting Guyana from Venezuela aggression. You hear that for yourself, Jamaica. You hear that for yourself. So what is it now that Jamaica is talking about? Okay, all right, all parts, right? And this agreement with China, right? United States is saying something different. See here, the visit to Jamaica. Jamaica is there. Guyana and Suriname reveal a strategy to address immediate crisis. They call it an immediate crisis. Economic competition and regional security concerns. Now here, with a particular focus on what? On countering Chinese expansion and protecting Guyana from Venezuela aggression. In Jamaica, discussions centered on stabilizing Haiti's political crisis, right, through coordination with transitional leaders. However, the most strategically significant stops occurred in Guyana and Suriname. Guyana's offshore oil boom has propelled it to become the world's fastest growing economy, while Suriname stands poised for a similar transformation. Rubio's high-profile engagement offered these nations U.S. investment alternatives to Chinese infrastructure projects. People want to see where we are going with this, you know. See it, people. See the word plan. Rubio's high-profile engagement offered these nations, including Jamaica, U.S. investment alternatives to Chinese infrastructure projects and security cooperation to deter Venezuela threats to Guyana oil-rich, right, Essequibo region. The visit highlights Washington's growing concern about China's economic penetration and Russia's military partnership in America's traditional sphere of influence. While China has focused on port construction and infrastructure loans, and Russia has expanded military cooperation with Venezuela, the United States is countering with security guarantees and private sector investment offers for Caribbean leaders. This attention presents both opportunities and dilemmas. U.S. security assurance and market access come with implicit expectations to limit Chinese cooperation, potentially restricting their development options. The Trump administration's transactional approach raises questions about long-term commitment. As geopolitical tension rises, Rubio's tour demonstrates Washington's recognition that the Caribbean has become a key battleground for influence. But want to understand what is going on. Lasting success will require moving beyond security partnership to offer comprehensive alternative that address the region development needs while respecting its strategic autonomy. All right. So make we talk to, right, the people. So this is what we are saying as it relates to the whole scope of things, right? The TCN agreement, and America is now shoving in promise, right, to say that, okay, all right, they will come in with investment, large-scale investment, in order to avoid Chinese investment. Now, the question that I'm asking, is this the first time that the United States is promising such deliveries? No. It's not the first time the United States promising those deliveries. Did the United States deliver? No. So then what seems to be happening, and let me put up Robert, you understand, because when we talk, and I'm glad that someone in the chat understand as it relates to the Monroe Doctrine. What seems to be exerting here is United States exerting, you understand, the Monroe Doctrine to say that the Caribbean belongs to him. The Caribbean is in his backyard. Kate did not even say backyard. Kate is saying that the Caribbean is in the United States front yard. And so then the way how things look to me as it relates to what is developing, you understand, it is quite serious and interesting as it relates to what we are seeing. So then, okay, this is where we are going. Now the TCN, Marco Rubio said it clearly, precisely, distinctively, that they want to get rid of persons, the worst of the worst. Remember, come on. I don't know, we say it on social media. It was not stated by the opposition. In spite of how Andrew Holness want to pretty it up, because remember that Andrew Holness has no bargaining chip. This is where I'm going. And so then, Mia Motley make it clear to the Caribbean. So let me show you before I declare this in terms of what I'm saying. Mia Motley make it clear. And let me show you as it relates to Mia Motley having more balls than Andrew Holness. Now look at this. Look at this, Jamaica.
This matter with the Cubans and the nurses to tell us everything that we need to know. Barbados does not currently have Cuban medical staff or Cuban nurses, but I will be the first to go to the line and to tell you that we could not get through the pandemic without the Cuban nurses and the Cuban doctors. I will also be the first to tell you that we paid them the same thing that we pay Bajans, and that the notion, as was peddled not just by this government in the US, but the previous government, that we were involved in human trafficking by engaging with the Cuban nurses was fully repudiated and rejected by us. Now, I don't believe that we have to shout across the seas, but I am prepared, like others in this region, that if we cannot reach a sensible agreement on this matter, then if the cost of it is the loss of my visa to the US, then so be it. But what matters to us is principles. And I have said over and over that principles only mean something when it is inconvenient to stand by it.
Okay. So why did I go there? As it relates to what Motley said, what matter to us? His principles. So United States can push around Barbados. And people will ask, but Andrew Holness can't do anything because United States is big and mighty and powerful, and Andrew Holness can't stop Donald Trump, you understand, in terms of anything what Donald Trump want to do. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. One of the things about Dracula going to your home, before the Dracula enter your home, you have to invite him. And in this case, Andrew Holness invited Count Dracula. invited contract killer in the essence of Andrew Holness' crime and his level of corruption. United States. He has United States attention. But yet, United States will not discipline him for what? The reason being to the fact that now Andrew Holness now became what you call a political pawn. So then, United States have that over him. So anything that he wants, you understand? Anything that United States wants, United States gets. It is just plain and simple. So this is why now when we look at the TCN deal in comparison, you understand, to other Caribbean countries can say, look here, as a matter of fact, I want, if I am going to do this, I want $75,000 per head. Andrew Holness cannot make such bargain. And so then you have to really look into if what's really happening here. We know for sure that there was some extradition shook out, and we get to understand that Horace Chang listed on that extradition, and other people listed on that extradition. Now, if you notice, you hear nothing about the extradition again. Gone dead, gone silent. So this is it. Is it a situation that our sovereignty being sacrificed to save these asses, these criminals? These criminals are sacrificing our sovereignty, you understand, to save them from going to prison or save them from getting the grip of Donald Trump. This is why we are used as pawns to avoid the wrath coming down on them. Obviously, we know that Andrew Holness' level of corruption and money laundering touch the United States system. No doubt about that. No two way about that. So then the TCN program, why we bow on the program? As a matter of fact, let me say this. Let me say this. Someone called me yesterday, right, and was very upset and said he was at his home, right, and someone came into his yard, right, and spoke to him in terms of wanting to sell him something. And the person said to him, this is not joking, the person is here and the person is listening to me. The person said to me, Mystic Sensation, that look, the person said he's from Egypt. And I said, what? He said, yes. It's a Mystic Sensation. And I asked you, when I see me take it out of my time and call you, the person is from Egypt. And you know what the person said? The person said, then hold on. The other day when we hear some rumor that plane landed in Jamaica and some people, you understand, was to go to some places. I am wondering if some of them in Jamaica already, you understand, and nobody don't know. I said to her, it's a possibility. Because really and truly, we have seen X amount of Indians came in, landed, you understand, nobody never know about it. Until when we look, we see the Indian, them show up, you understand, all sort of places in Kingston, they walk around, they walk up and down. So when Andrew Holness to sell the narrative and I tell people, say, no, there's no way I could, these people could come in and nobody knows. What are you saying to us, Andrew Holness? You have done it already. Where people came into the country and nobody know. Look how much plane landed in the country with drugs and all sort of things and blah, 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 blah. You understand? And nobody don't know. So what you say? What you say don't make sense. And I said to the person that, look, hear what happened. We don't want to be a fearmonger. So if you can capture certain evidence and you can give it to me, you understand, in terms of having another conversation with the person, you understand, so that when we put it up on social media can get more and build more awareness to look about. So that's every community. So I am saying this to say, every community in Jamaica need to have a level of awareness. You understand? For strange person all of a sudden show up in them place and them live there so and you don't know when them come in. And for persons who coming into your communities, right? Try and get some dialogue to understand, are they Jamaicans? Because we don't know how the thing will go. Andrew Holness, until this point, I am saying to you that Andrew Holness administration has not come out, you understand, and give us clarity on the matter, and we deserve to know what is it that Andrew Holness is hiding from us. Because the mission that we are on right now, and we are doing some things behind the background, some of which I can speak on, in terms of we are now getting prepared, you understand, to launch another big, huge march in Jamaica. But are they going to make us know when they land? Do we know if they had landed already? Do we know while we speak, as we speak, right, that is taking place? We don't know nothing. Will they tell us? No, I don't think so. So this is what the Jamaican people face with. And again, let us ask, because we know that, remember, in the Jamaican people, we push out the Pegasus. We know that we are looking on the municipal election within the next 2 years. We don't want these people to be cement into certain areas that can change a political outcome, because the government secretly making them a naturalized citizen to participate into the voting culture. We don't want that. Jamaica, I am telling you the possibilities of what can happen. As it relates to this kleptocratic government, want to stay in power to what? Because he don't want to be prosecuted. He want to continue to obstruct justice. And we know that time is catching up on him. So that's why Jamaica must be on the alert and build self-awareness. Right? We are talking about 10,000 TCN. Let us think for a while. Let us do some critical thinking skill for a while. Do we know the protracted period over time that these 10,000 people are going to absorb in our community and be absorbed in the broader society of our culture? Eh? How are they going to merge into our population? Remember, right? These are not persons who are going to put into the penal system so that we know who they are, where they are, and know that they cannot be participating in our electoral process. We know that the Jamaica Labour Party government is now cementing a political narrative to say that they are not deportees. Get the drift in the people. I want to get the drift. I want to get the political strategy of the Jamaica Labour Party. Let me say something else. And one might say a conspiracy theory. I will be the first to say yes, a conspiracy theory, but quite as it relates to the plausibility. I have no facts. So you know, so when Mystic Sensation don't have any facts, Mystic Sensation will come out and tell us, yeah, I have no facts. But we are looking at the plausibility. We know that Andrew Holness is a very tricky and devious person. We know that 27th, right, is Paul Buchanan, and how that is going to come. We know that Andrew Holness will utilize the late tactics as it relates to, yes, the court may say, all right, yes, election court. You understand? Let us put this in trial. And while it is going on, they draw it out. And yet, we don't know how much people that Andrew Holness can put into that very same constituency. People want it sound away, you know, but look here. It rests for me, you know, I have to tell you, you know. So all of the people them, in a Paul Buchanan constituency, here what I want to know. It might sound silly, but take my foolish advice. I want to know, look out on your eye. Look out on your eye if you see any new person that go in it, and if you don't see a heavy infiltration of people in it. Please call it out now. Call it. Call lonesome. Picture talk to them. Call lonesome. Call Mystic Sensation. Call Partner Draw. Call Rattigan. Call all of call and make you know. Because remember, you know, how Andrew Wallace claims saying winning. Win by a number that don't exist as it relates to the constituency total that's supposed to be in the constituency. And that is what land Andrew Wallace now in a problem in. So we know saying can do that all them sort of devious behavior there. Right? Because if it becomes nationalized, if it becomes a nationalized citizen, right, then of course you own the right to vote. People don't deny that. Look here, you have to look what Andrew Wallace do. Listen. Make a look for all of the possibilities. All of the possibilities. And what we need to do, plug them up. Plug them up. Yes, he can do this, we plug it up. Yes, he can do that, we plug it up. Yes, he can do that, we plug it up. You know when a house a leak? Right? When a roof a leak? And when you get up there, right, you try anything where you see the leak, you plug it up. Plug it up. Simple mean we reduce his ability to execute. Right now, you know, as we tell you, know, Jamaica people, you might listen to me, you know, and him eat me like a poison. He don't like what I say to him. He don't like what I say right now. Because the amount of awareness when I bring. You think that, hold on, you think Big Mama, all of them, you understand? Hear me say all of them things up? Because they know. Why you think they must sing 1 p.m. favor? They know them strategy, what they try for, you understand? So we have to make sure, you understand, that we get smarter, wiser, be more prudent, right? And deliver what needs to be delivered. And we can't just sit by the wayside and say, try to make it go on, a conspiracy theory, nothing now go on. A conspiracy theory. So mystic a thing too subversive, man. Alright, how can I think in them the mystic a do? Andrew want to see I deal with. You are deal with Satan in flesh. Then, when you realize what Andrew want to say. If Andrew Wallace can go to the length and the breadth to show you how bright him is, to show you how barefaced Andrew Wallace is, of the audacity to make an application to the judge, they ask the court to do away with the illicit enrichment law under the Corruption Act. Then let me ask you a question, Jamaica. Let me ask you a question. What else do you think Andrew Wallace will do? Now, if Andrew Wallace, you're going to tell me, say, him as a prime minister, no think, say, no, man, we can't do this. Because if we do this, the people then go to say, really and truly, I'm corrupted. Him not care. Him not care. And if Andrew Wallace back to a corner, and we are weekly, right? Someone found himself corrupted. Andrew Wallace can't fire him. Can't. So then we are here preparing, looking beyond the horizon and all possibilities that can happen and making sure that we get that level of awareness, right? Yes, we call that hyper alert, right? We have to be hyper alert. I mean, also many of you agree with me. You understand that, yes, we need to be hyper alert. I want to say here, come to the end of the program, and I want to say, my people, right? We continue. Love all of you. and Mystic Sensation, understand, not stop fighting for the piece of rock that the piece of rock that I own, the piece of rock that call my home, you understand, and call it your home. We are not going to allow no one with a black, pink, or purple to sabotage us out of our birthright. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead.
Something quick. I have two things to say to you. I'm going back to Rubio today.
Yes, talk to me.
You remember when Rubio come to Jamaica? I'm going about the highway now.
Yes.
They told him to take away the highway, to try to take away the highway from them, from Kingston towards us.
Yes.
I told Andrew that.
Yes.
Plus, he go and say again. So the same loan, the same interest loan what China is giving them, America willing to give it to them.
Okay.
And even now, because he's so wrapped up with China.
Yes.
He cannot say yes, and that's why right now, what is going on now? Trump, Hexet, and Vince try to turn them back to him and say, go, just keep on going to China now because he gets stopped.
Yes. You're on point.
Now. Right? Because right now it's like Trump get what he wanted of him, and I think that when the same lady who is in the scandal there now came to Miami.
Yes.
The national security meeting, she come.
Yes.
Probably she always signed everything over because she don't want to do national security. So I'm saying to myself,
that's
right,
true. You're correct.
Signed everything all over to America already.
Possibility, Carla. Remember, we left in the dark, we don't know anything,
We don't know what's going on.
The opposition also don't know anything.
And that's why America could just walk in and come and put in a security company and the pier and the wharves. And nobody can say nothing.
Well, Carla,
because he's so compromised, he cannot say nothing.
There you go, Carla. There you go.
Well, that's all I have said. That's all I know you're leaving now.
Yes.
And that's why I said, let me put in that my 2 cents before I leave. So.
Exactly. And you're 100% right.
Yeah,
you're so correct.
But you're really open a lot of people tonight, though.
All right, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And give me a name, man, so that we can call you by name, man.
Huh?
What's the name?
Colin.
Oh, Colin. All right, cool. All right, Colin.
Colin.
Big up yourself.
All right, we talk.
All right, cool.
Colin.
Yes, blessings.
All
right. All right. So you heard what Colin said, and which is 100% right. We don't know where we stand, right? And so that we have to fight for the piece of rock, right? And of course, we are here and we are preparing, right, to make sure that the next time we go there marching, it's bigger, right? We have to do that. So my Jamaican people, once again, I want to say thanks, right, to you all to continue to support us while we continue to do our research, right, bring out the facts, right, and, disseminate it as usual. Once again, thank you. Bless up yourself. Bless up Nats, Hudbeat, and all the persons in the chat. Love you all. You understand? Walk good. See you again on Tuesday. All right. Stay good. Blessings.
10 years, you say. 10 long years and look how Jamaica stay. No light, no road, no food pan we plate. People are suffer while Andrew live great. Hey, hey. You stand up on the platform, smile wide and proud. I tell we about prosperity, but we can't see it all now. Hurricane come through and left the people bare. 6 months later, them still out there, asleep under the air. Their GLP friends them build high rise, road still full of hope. A house pocket to a field, while the nation lose it